Okay. Last time on Kingmaker, a lot of terrible and good things happened. Does someone want to give us a recap? How about Varnir?
I will gladly give a recap.
There actually is a way you could give a recap, because all of these go up on my YouTube channel, like my private YouTube channel for the living world to see. So
Yeah,
it's possible
if you did
that I was gonna say, it's possible you could give a recap, but no. How about Nivlak or Jura?
Okay, I am... Oh, jeez, I know things happened. You had to come... Right.
Two people died.
Was the last... Yeah, that was the Lich session.
The last session was the fight with Vordakai.
Wow, that seems like so long ago. Probably because it was very long ago. Basically,
it was 2 weeks.
It was some time. So, the party, having basically nowhere else to go, no other leads to follow, ventured to the Valley of the Dead. I think it's called that. And and having got there, they spent like 20 minutes trying to open a door, exhausting all of Nivlak's spell slots in doing so. And once they got in, they got into a brief fight and immediately took a nap because all of their spell slots were out. Upon seeing this...
In the Lich's lair.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a Lich, actually. But...
He was an atrophied Lich.
Yeah, okay. So seeing this, the atrophied Lich went, hey, what the fuck are you guys doing? And so the party fought the Lich without going through the dungeon, because they had gone in the back door and skipped the entire dungeon and just fought the Lich first. The Lich was very powerful because the party was supposed to fight them when they were at least one level stronger. The fight was epic and wonderful, and you should really go watch it on YouTube. But long story short, the Lich died, but also did Nivlak and Tennille. So we had to use the Wish sword that we found in the tomb of some other horrific Lich to resurrect them. Except it didn't work properly, and Tennille has some unspecified mental damage, and Nivlak now fears death, which he didn't before. So after that, I think we got word that something bad was happening. Yeah, in Army. Was
that was retconned to 1 month after right now, because we're gonna do 1 month of essentially downtime so you guys can rest mentally, and so Varnir can be recruited.
Okay, so an Army didn't happen, but it will. But you don't know that, but I do. And that brings us up to here.
Yes, the party, after maybe 3 or 4 days of a horseback ride from Varnhold, after securing the countryside of Varnhold, making peace deals with the horse folk there, so they would not raid the city in exchange for being left alone, and riding back, you arrive at the throne room, which is much nicer than it looked before.
I mean, I like the old framework, but I also understand that is lost to time forever. So I guess turn off the talk.
As you will walk in, you see Keston is discussing with several guards, and the place, although you've returned, appears to not really be that different. Everyone's just kind of relaxing. Nothing is really happening.
I mean, it makes sense. They hadn't...
For Tuskar, ashamed of his
murder.
Yeah, essentially how he was magically forced to turn on the group, has put himself into exile with Boken.
Oh, so he just lives with Boken now. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, whatever happened to him? Like, he didn't show up that one time.
He literally disappeared. For all I know, he could have died in real life.
Alright then. Sure.
Oh, Your Grace.
Yes? What is it?
Where's your orc friend?
Yeah, about that. He lives with Boken now. So we got into a little tussle with this big skeleton guy, and he may or may not have murdered me in the face. So, he
What?
doesn't live here anymore.
But, oh, are you all right?
No, I mean I died, but I got better.
All right. Well, things have been going good here in your absence. The council has
I'm
been
pleased.
running things as you would expect. Not a whole lot has happened.
Good.
Although I suppose you'll be needing another member of your party.
Yes, we're looking into that.
Well,
it should sort of work itself out, I think.
I assume preferably someone who could mend your wounds. I could put a call out for mercenaries, or I could look into the army here. We have a standing army, your lord.
Oh, this is the hook. Okay. Yeah, do both of those things. A healer would be great, preferably, Azamar or something like that.
We could ask Lindsay again.
Sure, ask her too.
Yeah, we could ask, Miss Clickneedle, yes? I'll put the call out, my lord.
Her last name is Clickneedle? That's fantastic. Thank you, Keston.
Do you know my last name?
Garrus.
Alright.
I thought it was Caress.
Caress. Yeah. No, Garrus. Like Garrison, because he's a soldier, I guess.
That is actually the joke.
Oh, nice. Is Varnir's character Azamar? I guessed that based on the character art, but I couldn't actually.
Yes, he is an Azamar.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
Back to sitting on a chair for like 12 hours a day. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you. Hi. Hey, where's Johnny? Did he? Oh yeah, he got exploded. Is
Yeah,
he
Johnny
back?
fucking exploded. He could be back if you want.
Yeah. Just set the box next to the throne, like about there. Johnny's back.
Okay, one sec.
It only
Johnny.
takes 24 hours for him to come back.
Yeah, all you gotta do is open the box. Only you have a throne now, which is slightly disappointing, because Jenny used to have a throne, too.
Wait, she still does. Where's Nivlax?
Could you not like find the old throne room that we used?
It fucking disappeared and I couldn't find it. I tried.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, my boy. I think he's supposed. Yeah, he's supposed to be about 1/4 of that size.
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry. It wasn't on purpose. Where the fuck did he go?
Sorry, I was trying to unsnap him to the grid and accidentally made him disappear.
I did that. Okay. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. Here's your sweater back. Give him his little.
Bartholomew reaches a hand out and pats Jen on the snoot.
No, he's the only one here I'm unsure about touching Jenna.
Didn't we want him to do something when we get back? I remember we wanted him to do something.
Was it the chocolate?
No, it's not the chocolate. Pretty much anything
So,
except the chocolate.
The party
Because you
sits...
wanted it removed from you, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your, like, weird, platonic infatuation with Jura.
Yeah, that happened. Hey! Barty! My man, come here.
Yeah?
Hey, so I might have picked up a little curse or two among my travels. Do you think you could do anything about that? All right, fire away.
Okay. He places a hand on your shoulder and is going to cast Remove Curse. Because actually, that's one of the spells he can do.
Oh, just offhand? That's convenient.
Yep,
Okay.
he has it prepared.
What,
Well,
it didn't work?
You'll have to wait another day.
Really? Alright, fine.
We got time.
Yeah, we've got about roughly a month, in fact.
Well, yeah, actually, while the month is happening, this can happen several times.
Yeah, so I think we can just...
Yeah, okay, it's
What?
gone.
One of those worked. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the 27 immediately worked. Okay, your platonic infatuation with Jura is now just a regular friendship.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wasn't role-playing it in the first place, so it kind of got disappeared just thanks to Niblack's weird existence. But it's nice to not have that hangover anyway. By the way, did we, like, tell Varnir, jeez, sorry, about how Niblack works? Because I feel like it's a pretty...
I tried to explain it to him, but it's incredibly hard to explain. I just said, I just literally told him it would make more sense if you just met Nivlack.
Alright.
But, speaking of that...
It sounds like, there's a couple comic book characters that it sounds like.
Yeah, like, it's like Deadpool, but, fun and good.
What if Deadpool didn't suck so much?
Yeah, and also, they're both played by Ryan Reynolds.
That's correct. In real life, I am Ryan Reynolds, and not a teenager. Or rather, Ryan Reynolds is secretly a teenager.
Someone should tell his wife.
Someone should tell his wife, yeah.
We cut from Nivlack's throne to the door. Alright. Varnir?
Should I be doing a description, or should I just go ahead and jump into as character?
We'll do description when you actually get to the throne, but everyone else sees from across the very long throne room. The throne room is really big.
Yeah.
Keston walks in with a man that you may have seen around town once or twice, but never actually spoken to. Kind of like that. Your town is so small that you probably know this guy, but just have never spoken to him.
Fair enough.
If you'd like to give a description, you can, Varnir.
Varnir holds himself very at the best way to describe it is if you've ever watched the Tomb Guards or the guards at Buckingham Palace, either one. He holds himself at stiff attention at all times. As he's walking in, it's almost a march. In fact, it looks like he's probably more comfortable with a march. His clothes are immaculate and pressed. Somebody who takes either great pride in his appearance or great pride in the outfit that he's wearing.
This guy is going to be funny.
I mean,
I like
given
this.
our entire army is made of semi-reformed bandits with no decorum whatsoever.
This is like, this is going to be really cool. Yeah.
As he's walking up, he will take a look at most of the bandits. Anybody that has any eye to them about how somebody is reacting, there is obviously a small sneer of disdain as anybody that is not at attention type thing.
All right.
And the other thing is he refuses to meet the eye of anyone that is not human.
Oh, great! Theoretically, you and Tennille should be good friends, except Tennille gets roleplayed like the softest cinnamon bun in the world, so...
Hey.
The council around is very, very strange looking, Varnir. You can see several people you recognize, because they are very much common in the army. These two are bandit lieutenants, former former lieutenants of the Stag Lord. We have a kobold here. Just a kobold in a robe with wings.
It's a little sad we never got to explore what the deal was with Goldleaf, because, like, wasn't she born of nightmares or something?
Yeah, she has her backstory and everything.
Lots of teeth.
Alright. Hello, Jenna. Keston reaches out an armored gauntlet and sort of gently pats Jenna, trying to, like, shoo her away from this important thing that's about to happen.
Oh, but he won't look at her.
I will not meet the eye of this velociraptor.
Actually, since it's a pet of some sort and not an intelligent creature, at least in his mind at the moment, he will go ahead and give it a small smile. It's the first time he's shown any emotion that doesn't seem to be cold or basically asshole-ish.
This person's alright.
I mean, arguably, Jenna is smarter than several party members, so...
Your Grace.
Yeah?
Keston does a small bow.
Oh, thank you.
Barnier
Unnecessary.
will go ahead and stand at attention, arms behind his back. The staff that he carries with him is straight up and down behind him, so that the small crystal that's floating inside the staff is directly above him at this point.
Oh, cool. I am lounging on my throne in the least at attention way possible. This might be...
And there is a naked cat here. Just
It's
kind of vibing with a sweater on.
That's Johnny, and we love him. He also has a small crown of his own. It's exactly like mine, but smaller.
This
Hey!
this is like a carnival cruise or something like that.
Yeah.
He's
Come closer.
I guess
Thank you.
We are about 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Varnir, if you'd like to introduce yourself. This is Varnir from he's from the medical division of the First Army of Alexandria.
We have a medical division. Interesting. All right.
Yes. People do get injured, Your Grace.
Oh, all right. I'll make a note of that. What is your name?
Barnier Hoveno.
It's very nice to meet you. And I understand you're interested in traveling with us?
I'm interested in serving as I can, sir.
That's close enough. Also, like, at ease. You're good. Slouch a little. It's creepy.
Okay, when you say at ease, the staff goes about 15 degrees off to one side, but the rest of him stays motionless.
This is great.
Wait a second. We learned some things with these interviews. Do you have a moral compass?
Like, of any sort.
Of any sort.
Can you make good decisions, like, in a general sense?
Please explain, sir.
What I mean to say is that, like, pretty much our entire party is not always obscenely powerful individuals, we are, but not great at making good decisions or making good moral decisions. It would be very useful to travel with someone who was good at that sort of thing.
I can be a moral compass if sir directs me to be.
This is funny. I do hope he goes through a little character development, but this is still funny. Well, then, yeah, that's close enough. All right, that'll work.
Look at Tennille in the corner, kind of just being a little sneaky boy.
Isn't that his job?
Oh yeah, you are the spy master.
Oh yeah.
Can you swim?
Sir,
Okay.
I am not adept at swimming, but I can try if needs be.
Does no one in the party know how to swim?
Uh,
I think only
I do.
Tennille can swim.
Tennille and Jenna. Hey, to be fair.
And
Tennille and
some,
Jenna.
and sometimes Jura can walk on water.
Sometimes. I have boats in my backpack at all times.
Your Grace, Varnir is not... I do not believe Varnir is classically trained in medicine, but he has shown, some ability to cure wounds.
He's an Azamar man. That's kind of their domain. Yeah, that's sort of their area of expertise.
With your permission, sir, may I speak?
Yeah, you can always talk. Don't worry about it.
I am classically trained in medicine, just not the medicine that you are used to. I can go ahead and set any company that you desire into a collective for healing, so that healing can be distributed around us.
I think he's talking about the psychic link feature. Yeah. Okay, I read up on that. That's really useful. You guys don't get that, but it's very good. Yeah. So that's gonna be useful.
It's slightly disorienting at first. I have been a member of this collective once or twice, but it's much more like a gentle embrace around your brain, if I may put it.
Like being in a warm bath where the bath bomb is your cranium. Yeah.
Is it permanent?
No, you could leave at any time.
Unless I wish otherwise, sir. I can go ahead and force people to be in my collective.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, Varnir is actually really creepy. And when I say creepy, I mean really creepy.
All right.
What about death wishes? We had a guy once. Haramy's right over there, glaring at this guy. Has the death wish. Included himself every time he channeled negative energy.
I can prevent people from dying, sir, if that's what you're asking.
Hey, real quick, Varnir?
Yes, sir.
You are hereby forbidden from calling anybody in this party sir ever again. Does that work?
Then,
He looks honestly confused.
Yes. Again, I'm Nivlak, that's Jura, that's Jenna, she's the best. And over there in the corner is Tennille.
He will go ahead and look at each person, and for the look at Tennille is like for the briefest of moments, and just kind of passes you by like you don't matter.
Is that like a racism thing, or is that just like a Tennille is good at hiding thing?
You could make a stealth... not stealth. You can make a sense motive for that.
Alright, sure.
Which I think you're terrible at.
Probably. I know everything about anything because of charisma, but sense motive is not one of those things. Where even is sense motive? Here we go. I got an 11.
You don't know. Hard to read.
She is very sneaky. He.
Yeah.
It's the long hair.
Anyway, I think you'll be a perfect fit, Varnir.
Why, thank you, so. Nivlak.
Good job.
And he tries to say "sir" like 3 different times, and then finally gives up.
Someone needs to teach this guy what an informal register is, but you know, as long as he can heal, it's gonna be all right.
The door to the throne room opens up, and a exhausted guard sort of runs up, holding a letter in his hand. Keston kind of approaches. What's wrong, soldier?
Oh, what's up?
I haven't read it, sir, but he runs up and hands the letter to you.
I open the letter with one of Johnny's claws.
Kind of weird, but whatever.
I don't have a knife on me. I just have magic.
You have a sickle.
I do. Do I still have the sickle?
You've never gotten rid of it.
I've never gotten... Okay. I need to pick up a hammer one of those days. That was the original joke. Anyway, I read the letter.
And I will put it in Discord, in the general chat. You can read it out loud to the party if you want.
Oh man, Arcanivore. I keep forgetting I have that. Oh, right. Greetings, my liege lords. Wish that I had the opportunity to contact you via message in gentler times. Since its founding, Jenniford has faced many challenges, but recent rumors of a much more disturbing story abound. A woman has come to Jenniford bearing warnings that, if they are to be believed, indicate we may face a terrible threat. She speaks of armies of bandits, hordes of barbarians, and worse, organizing to the west beyond Hooktung Slough? Whatever. To this date, we have had no trouble with these elements, but this woman is quite convincing. She tells us an army is marching on Jenniford. If this is true, we will need your aid in defending our homes. Please come as soon as you can. In good faith, your humble and obedient servant, Mayor Loy Resbin. Christ. Okay. So, a lady said some stuff, and she was very convincing, and they're scared now. Sounds like the gist of it.
You don't think it could be the Boggards, do you?
No. There's just... Oh, there are a bunch of those, technically, aren't there? Yeah.
Jenniford has faced boggards, barbarians, tatzelworms.
I mean, this woman sounds very convincing, so... It sounds like we should head out there. At the very least, I see no reason not to. You know, don't have them mobilized yet, but, like, get them prepared, yeah.
So that's what mobilization is.
Okay, so what's the one that makes them move places?
I
Don't deploy the army.
I don't understand what you mean, sir.
Get the army ready to do stuff, but don't necessarily send them to Jenniford yet. Is that good?
So you want me to mobilize the army, but wait for your command to move them?
That's it. Thank you.
And muster them.
They are
Yeah.
mustered. You are paying them a monthly salary.
Muster and mobilize and other words I learned from Hearts of Iron 4. Alright. That will do,
What is
Keston.
Hearts of Iron for, sir? And then again, he cuts off.
You wouldn't get it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let's head out.
Alright,
My what? Oh, is that what Varnier is? Oh, I have those? No, I think I'll be fine. All right, let's head out.
scoop the cat up like you're Dr. Evil.
It's exactly like that, yeah.
Okay, let's go to the Stolen Lands.
How you feeling so far, Varnier?
It is good to be part of a company again.
Get out of character.
Oh, out of character? Other than tired, so far I like the group.
All right, cool.
I hope you don't mind that Varnier, like I said, he's a little bit of an asshole, but he'll eventually. One of the things I like to see is I like to have characters' personalities develop as I play them, and also to go ahead and see where they develop based upon how they interact with people. So he may become more stodgy, he may become less stodgy. Depends on how everything goes on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I'm really excited to see where it goes because Varnier being kind of like, at least from the way he carries himself, I interpret like more than a touch of like, maybe hasn't actually seen combat, maybe a little bit like, you know, will cry if mud gets on his cloak. I'm not certain about that, but I think it'd be very funny to see, to like have him travel with us and immediately just get almost like traumatized from everything that happens when we travel.
No, actually, the exact opposite's true. The thing that's more likely to make him traumatized is the fact that you guys are working with an elf, and he is, yeah,
Half elf, but yeah, close enough. I mean, like
Tennille is not a half elf.
Wait, not a half elf?
No.
Full blood elf.
Okay, the art looks like a half-elf for some reason. Also, you're gonna be horrified to learn what Niblack is.
Oh God, yes, but that's okay.
Would you like to enter the party into your collective, or try to explain that to them somehow before
Actually,
going, or would you like to wait?
No, on the trip, he would ask if they wanted to join the collective for the day.
I mean, like, it allows you to, like, do healing and stuff, yeah?
Correct, sir. And then he'll say, correct, sir, then it'll be like, there'll be a brief flush on his face, like, God, this is hard. Why the hell? And then he'll go ahead and say, yes, I mean.
Yeah, okay, there we go. We say yes, we don't say correct. We are using an informal register. You're gonna get it. Yeah.
Do we get paid?
Who?
If collectives pay you, right?
I think you're thinking about, like, a socialist collective. This is more like a psychic collective.
No money then.
No money. I mean, we steal a lot of money from corpses, but, like, you know, not right now.
He looks a little awkward when the mention of stealing money from corpses goes, and then he just smiles.
Yeah, you're gonna have a fun time. Gleeful and amoral describes the party well.
At which point he will go ahead and join everybody into the collective, except for Tennille, and then look over and say, "Should I join the other?"
Yes, fucker. Don't be racist is kind of rule number 1.
And then he will go ahead and join Tennille.
Okay, so, you get a few benefits right away. Everyone can speak telepathically now. From any distance. Not from any distance, as long as they're within medium range. So it's like 300 feet or something at this point.
Actually, I have the feet, I think, that makes it so that it's a little bit larger, but yeah.
Oh, long range then, okay. So like,
yeah.
So like 600 feet at this point. You guys can all talk telepathically, at any point to anyone.
That's useful.
There are no other immediate benefits other than a feeling of closeness with the group around you.
Sure.
A few things you feel, Varner, right away. The connection with Nivlak is strange. There is like no... Usually in a collective you feel like outward emotions and inward emotions, sort of like not like a gentler, but like a more complex emotional connection. Although Nivlak is entirely blank in that regard, either like psychically defending himself in that way, or something very strange is happening. You're not exactly sure.
That's interesting. I mean, usually what I would expect to happen is that he would just get a direct psychic link to me, but I guess that wouldn't work for a variety of reasons. So, all right, interesting.
Do you also add Jenna and Johnny into this?
Yeah, I would include Jenna. I would include anybody that I would be expected to be healing.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say, Johnny's just gonna fucking explode when he gets hit.
Yeah, include him anyway. I'm pretty sure you have the capacity.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Are there other people in this collective right now?
At the moment, it's just us. The party that we're traveling with.
Is there a limit to how many you can have in a collective?
My limit is 8.
8, okay. Oh, is that your wisdom score?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. +8.
Oh, +8 wisdom. Holy shit. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's good at what he does.
Yeah. All that wisdom, and he still decided to join up with us.
Yeah, he may regret it later.
Okay. It's a clean 6-hour horse ride. From Alexandria to Jenniford, entering the sort of more swampy regions around the Gnarl Marches. The party are directed from the main city of Jenniford to go to the fort, because that is where the mayor is waiting. And I will bring you to the next map. Okay, in advance, Varnir, if you go up to the left in Map Tools, and click on the Window tab, you should make sure the campaign thing is checked.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, so that will give you a ton of buttons to interact with the game in a much easier way.
Okay.
Alright, approaching the fort of Jenniford, you dismount your horses, and I'll bring you to the map.
Well, they've done well since last time we were here.
Yeah.
This is, well, this is just the fort. The main city has, like, 4,000 to 5,000 people.
Yeah. Not bad. Alright. On the shoulder, Johnny. Flip. And...
As you approach the city, you see that it is on high alert. There are trained city guardsmen and the former bandits. They have armed themselves, and they are taking watch.
Right.
Your Grace.
What's up?
The mayor is waiting for you across the bridge.
Alright. Cool. I'll go see him. Travel through... Wait, is the bridge... Yeah, okay. I wondered if I was going the right way.
Also, you don't have to move everyone as a group.
Sure. Okay.
Oh god, they're on the building.
We have suddenly jumped up on top of the building.
Yeah. Alright. Kind of doing that, like, kind of half jog you do when, like, there's, like, a car and you have to cross an intersection.
There is a crowd of frightened people who are being sort of calmed down by this collection of guardsmen.
Okay, since there's a possibility of danger, my character doesn't quite know if there is or not, I will go ahead and activate Battle Sense.
Okay, and what does that do for the group?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to read it off. Unless it's listed here, I'm just going to read it off real fast.
All right.
You link the minds of your allies, dramatically improving their coordination. When you manifest this power, a type of heads-up display appears in each target's mind, improving their coordination and group awareness. Each affected target can use the Aid Another as an immediate action. Creatures that move out of 30-foot range after the powers manifest are still affected by the power. Additionally, all targets that are willing members of your collective, if any, gain one special ability of your choice from this list. Your choice affects all members equally. I will go ahead and actually spend the extra 2 power points so that everybody's base speed increases by 10. And you also all get a +1 circumstance bonus to your AC. Not that it's probably necessary, but
Cool. Yeah, that's gonna be useful, maybe.
Base speed? Oh my god, I need all the base speed. That is the one thing that I have been hurting for so badly.
Okay,
I appreciate the AC more personally because I think that this makes my AC like what, like plus the amulets. It's like
that would cost me 11 power points. Is there a place that I can?
What
store my power
are
points?
your max and what is your max and current power points?
My max and current power points. My max power points right now is 128. My current power points, because I always start off the day by throwing up inertial armor, is 119.
119?
Yes.
Jesus. All right.
That is what huge wisdom scores do for you.
Yeah, I looked through your power sheet. Most powers only cost 1 or 2 points.
Well, then you can make them better by spending more power points.
Okay, but still, 120 a day or
if you
190 a
if you
day
mouse over Varner now, you should see something.
Yep.
If you just double click, you should see there's a label tab. And that should allow you to alter them as you spend them and keep track.
Sounds good.
Alright, everyone feels a boost of psionic energy. And you all get a, it's literally like a Halo 3 heads-up display.
Does everyone get that?
Yes, everyone gets that, including Johnny for some reason.
Everybody that's part of the collective.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. You sort of push your way past the frightened crowd. People are asking if they should evacuate. People are still deciding if this army threat is even a real thing. Scouts have, from the chatter you hear, scouts have not actually seen the army yet. And the threat is still not being taken seriously by quite a lot of the citizenry.
We should talk to the mayor.
He's past the bridge, I think.
Yep, this is a sort of rickety-looking wooden bridge. It's not super well built.
Whatever. Is this? Yeah, this is the mayor. Hey! I got your letter. What's up?
Oh, Your Grace.
That's me.
Thanks for coming so soon. Yes, this is Cassandra.
Hi, Cassandra. How you doing?
Cassandra looks very dirty and disheveled. She has several wounds that are still open. She says, all right, Your Grace, I'm from...
Hey, it's all right.
I'm Cassandra Numesti. I'm from the domain of Drelev to the west.
I'm gonna lean over to Loy. What's that?
Your lord, Baron Drelev was a man assigned alongside you to tame the stolen lands. He claims all the lands of the Hooktongue Slope.
Oh, yeah. A couple people in competition for that, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Neat. And you tell of this army?
Yes, tell them what you told me, Cassandra. Alright, let me pull up my notes. Alright. My father is Lord Tarian Mesti, a knight who once served the Baron Drelev, although not anymore, he's now in the dungeon. I've come to warn Baron Drelev's troops, along with a group of Tiger Lord barbarians, and some of the most enormous trolls I've ever seen. They're coming here right now.
Okay, that doesn't sound great.
I pretend
Tiger Lord barbarians.
I pretended to be one of them until they drew near, and then I slipped away to warn you.
Well, we appreciate it, I guess. Alright, this seems honestly like kind of a bigger issue than the party alone is equipped to deal with. How fast can we get word back to Alexandria? Yeah, that is the capital. For the army. We should have brought this along in the first place.
I could send a messenger and he could be there in 5 hours.
Alright, yeah. Send the order to mobilize the army. We are going to need them.
Loy also turns to you. Turns to the party. He says, we have a small force, here in Jenniford, and we are prepared for a threat, although we're not exactly sure the size of the threat.
It sounds large.
Cassandra pipes up. Several dozen human mercenaries, a dozen or so barbarians, and 6 immense trolls.
Immense trolls?
Yes. It's bigger than any troll I've ever seen.
Marvelous. Yes, of course.
What's the sense motive on this lady? 17.
Yeah, you're never one to play, like, genre trope straight, so... Suspicious.
She seems afraid, and, desperate. That's the hunch you get from her.
What about
17? That's not bad.
tiger
Oh,
people?
Tiger,
Isn't sense motive wisdom?
It is.
Can I have ownership of my character so I can do things?
There's no slaves in the Riverlands, Tennille.
There you go. You can do things now. You should have told me that.
I mean, there are, like, slaves, kind of, but, like, they're not allowed. Like, I think the one Bone Empire does slaves, right?
Oh yeah, the
Kaimos, yeah.
Kaimos people. Do I know anything about tiger people?
You could roll knowledge local if you have that.
Oh god.
I will roll knowledge local.
Tennille could also roll knowledge local if you want.
I rolled higher than Tennille.
Can I go ahead and have ownership of Varnir as well?
Oh yeah. I forgot to actually do that.
Probably because I hadn't logged into your server yet.
There you go.
Thank you much.
Okay. Tennille and Nivlek both know of the Tiger Lords. They are a relatively small, but they used to be a lot bigger. A relatively small band of barbarians that sort of haunt the western parts of the Stolen Lands. They used to be.
Are they dead or are they just squatters?
They're not. I mean, they are kind of squatters. They're nomadic.
Okay.
They are a sort of nomadic tribe. Probably descended from some of the first, like, colonists to land in Chondath.
Huh. I'm noticing, a linguistic similarity between Stag Lord and Tiger Lord.
That is entirely the book.
Is it, like, does it mean anything? I mean, I guess you wouldn't say, but...
Oh, well, I don't know. You can infer it if you'd like.
Interesting to note.
The
Cassandra...
stag lord is only pretending to be a stag. Are these guys at least actually tiger people?
I know that their former leader, Armug, he had many tigers as pets.
I'm sick and tired of these fake tiger people.
Cassandra speaks up. The group is somewhat disorganized and sloppy, and
That's rude.
led by a pig of a man named Aemon Trask.
Hey, we're doing our best. A
Not
pig of a man in a literal sense, or is he just gross?
the second, the latter.
Cool.
Not only are they unlikely to notice that I'm even gone, but he's not all that great of a leader. His tactics would likely be little more than charge the village en masse.
Alright. Do we have any, like, tactics experts around? Because I'm pretty sure
They should
there's
be-
ways to deal with that.
They should be approaching from the southeast, and they should be here within a few hours.
Within a few hours, like, more or less than 5 hours.
Less.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Ooh, that's not great.
We
Well,
gotta dig a ditch.
We got a ditch. Yeah, that works. Let's just do that. Let's dig a whole ditch in like 3 hours.
Yes.
This
I
is
can
gonna be
burrow.
great.
Does that help?
Lloyd turns to you, the mayor. He says, My lord, we could prepare some defenses. We have weapons stored in the fort. We could set traps. There are quite a few proficient trappers and hunters around here.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do is gonna be necessary. This sounds like a, maybe not a huge threat, but definitely one that we're gonna have trouble with dealing with in our present state. Whatever you can do, do it.
All right. Do you have any more questions for Cassandra?
No, it sounds pretty straightforward. Big, fucking bandit army is coming to screw this town up. We gotta stop them.
Well, not bandits, actually. Barbarians and also mercenaries from the nearby domain of Drelev, who, to this point, have been pretty friendly, actually. Although the Baron was a dick to you during your coronation.
Oh, the Baron of Drelev, not me. Okay.
Yes, the Baron of Drelev was a dick to you during your coronation. He was the only one there that was a dick to you.
Well, that's rude, but...
Tennille, Varnir, and Jura, do you have any questions as well? Anything you'd like to add to the conversation?
You said it'll be the southeast, so like over here.
Yes. More than likely they'll charge along the southern and eastern roads. Or not southern. The southern and western roads is what I meant. To the southwest.
Sir, and then he'll stop himself. The bridge, if we were to take out the bridge, it would hinder them from being able to get to the main of the town and make defending easier.
I mean, how deep is this stream? Like, doesn't seem
this
that big.
stream is 10 feet deep.
Oh, it's not a stream. It is a whole river. It's just perspective. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, hey. I probably wasn't supposed to see those tokens.
Hey, don't look at them. Eh.
Yeah. Alright. I mean, it's not a horrible idea, I guess. How do you feel, Loy? I mean, we would be destroying a pretty important part of your town, I imagine.
The bridge could be rebuilt, and we could station archers on the other side of it. Although that would be sacrificing this farmstead, these two farmsteads. They more than likely would be destroyed.
Yeah, that's not great, is it?
We could possibly have some sort of fallback plan.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Is there
Try
a way...
to hold the river, and if we can't do that, then...
Is there a way we could manually destroy the bridge?
Yeah, fall back and destroy the bridge. Seems the best option.
I want huntsmen and forestmen assigned for the spike ditch over here.
Okay.
We can do the digging, but I need spikes implanted. And
so
then,
this is
gotta get
mass combat
camouflage.
rules. I don't know if anyone here has ever done mass combat in Pathfinder.
Never before in my entire life.
Nope.
Okay. So, the battle is going to be in 3 phases, where we are going to simulate battle and roll against each other to see how armies fight. And then there will be a boss fight between the party and the leader.
Alright.
So, there's a few things you could do. You could set archers across the bridge. You could set up some barricades. You could lay traps. You could put archer snipers. There's a small force that... there's a small armory of muskets here. You could have snipers as well.
Tactics is not really my bag. I'm not... I think, like... Is there any reason we shouldn't just do all of it? I guess.
The PCs only have a short time to prepare defenses. As a result, they can enact at most 3 defenses.
Alright.
I think it's important we have
I already rolled this, by the way. The scouts that were sent to go find the army, they were killed, so you do not get advanced warning.
Oh, great. So... If we... So what do we think are going to be the most important things here?
I think if we're going to have, like, archers or people set up ready to attack, they should be hidden.
Yeah, the archers are... We're going to want the archers. Muskets are kind of shitty still, right? They're still kind of like don't have a lot of range.
I mean, they do hit touch instead of armor.
Okay,
'Cause, I mean,
so yeah, okay. I think we'll want the archers and the muskets, and then some physical defenses. Maybe some not barricades, but like some cover. Because right now the only cover we'd have for the archers is like this tree line, which isn't great.
we could set up. We have quite a few bear traps and snares. We could set up traps in the woods. We could dig trenches.
Well, I'm handling the trench digging, so we can do the burrow thing.
Nivlak, you're a spellcaster. You can, if you spend at least one spell slot per turn of the battle, there will be 3 turns. You can add the level of the spell to your attack roll.
Okay, that's useful. Is it worth noting that I do have Create Pit?
But Create Pit is temporary.
Oh, how temporary though?
Like several turns.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, I'll do that, definitely.
You said all the scouts were killed, so we aren't going to get advance warning of the initial attack. But between the waves, would we reasonably be able to tell, when people are breaking through to actually get to us?
There will not be waves. They will all come at once. But the battle will be done in 3 phases.
How long is this like an hour long, or is this like a day long?
It would be like 10 minutes of fighting. And depending on how you win, you can either hold them. So basically, this is Jennifer. The battle will start here. If you lose, it'll go to the bridge. If you lose again, it'll go to the fort. If you win, you stop them. And if they ever overrun the fort, you lose. And then after all the battle is done, with the situation that you're stuck with, you fight the boss.
I guess my concern is I want to make sure that we have some kind of advance warning of the boss so we can get buffs on.
Oh, the boss will be with them, but he's probably going to send all of his dudes at you first.
So we'll get a chance to tell when he's lost most of his people and probably going to attack them.
Yeah, Cassandra points out that Amontrask is not like a tactical genius. He's probably just going to charge you. Like, straight up, no subtlety. So, let's choose what defenses we want. You have 3 choices. Or not 3, you don't have 3 choices, you have many choices, but you have 3 slots.
Well, we already mentioned the archers and musketeers, I think,
So,
is going to be smart.
Archers at the bridge, okay? Or archers on the bridge and near the bridge.
I don't know, man. This is...
Would you like... Is there a place that you want the snipers? Because depending on where you put them, you can get different bonuses. Do you want them close up, or in a more defensive situation?
Oh, definitely, like, behind the river line, like, along the tree line.
So
definitely.
yeah, so able to see them from right away without having any issue. So more of an offensive placement.
If at all possible, like, put them in the trees so they're maybe a little hidden, but,
You doubt, I was about to say, you doubt the archers will have not the archers, you doubt the barbarians will have a ton of ranged weapons.
Yeah, okay, so it's not gonna be necessary for stealth.
Okay, so mustering archers and snipers, that's 2 slots. So we have traps in the woods, trenches, barricades.
I think the,
Destroying the bridge is one of them.
destroying the bridge... Is destroying the bridge like an... Is it going to...
That will only be activated if you lose the first fight.
Okay.
Varnir, you were gonna say something?
My thought is instead of the musketeers, I think the archers is a great idea. But instead of the musketeers, let's go ahead and have the bridge come out, and then do something in the front part of it, so that we've got each section we have. If we lose one section, we still have something going on, because the musketeers are going to be in there. But the reason I'm thinking this is that if we have something up here, I don't know, is there a way to mark so that people know where I'm pointing?
You can hold down the space bar.
If we have something up here, then we can go ahead and have something that deals with the first wave that comes in and gives us a bonus there. Then if they win that, then we have the bridge going out as a bonus, and then we also have the archers as a constant bonus, is my thoughts.
Sounds good. Yeah, that all sounds pretty much like smarter than everything I've said so far.
So camouflage spike ditch right here.
Yeah, something similar to that. Some sort of trap that's there, or that gives us a bonus on the first wave, so to speak. I know that they're not waves, but the first set of combat.
The first phase.
So,
The first round.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a much better system than you guys and the town in a huge initiative brawl with almost 40 enemies.
3 turns and then the boss?
Yep. 3 turns and then the boss. Okay, let's see. So archers near the bridge is absolutely something we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Nivlak can spend a spell slot every round to essentially fireball them. And it'll add to your attack roll, basically, what the level of Nivlak's spell. So if Nivlak, like, tosses a fireball every round for 3 rounds, it's gonna do serious damage to them.
Especially because, like, we're not going to be in the blast range, and they're, like, they're all going to be clumped together because they're dipshits.
Let me get the barbarian token here. Here, let's get guards in a right position. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys can talk while I'm doing this. I'm just moving dudes around.
I'm not sure if we like have anything to say. I mean, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be pretty fun.
The party is quite outnumbered here, especially because there's gonna be 6 trolls.
The trolls. I mean, am I throwing fireballs or am I just adding numbers?
You're throwing fireballs.
Okay, so the fireball, like the trolls, are not gonna like that. They're gonna eat the fire.
They're gonna
and
get
have a bad
pissed.
time. They're gonna have a bad time.
Hopefully, none of them are branded.
Oh, I mean, like they wouldn't be, right? Because that was just like a thing that like Haruka had figured out, and no one else, as I understand it, did.
True. But that's implying you've killed all the branded trolls.
Oh, you're right. Oh, jeez.
Let me get the barbarian token. Hey, what's up?
That's a cool. Oh, they're all they're all one token. All right.
Yes.
That looks like Magic the Gathering art.
It might be. I just googled Horde of Barbarians.
Oh, it looks like an unexpected error happened. A null pointer exception.
Okay. Does that change anything about your game?
No, I mean, like, it only appears when I, like, hover over... It doesn't appear normally, and I can't, like, view it. but an exception, something weird happened. Is all I'm trying to say. Just so you know.
It's all good. There you go. Horde of barbarians. Oh, I appear to have a bloody nose. 1 second.
Yeah.
You
Bloody
guys
nose
discuss
is
some
early
tactics. I'm gonna
battle.
go grab some tissues.
I mean, because it's a mass combat system, I'm not sure if that's gonna 100% be necessary. I don't know.
Well, they're gonna come in from over here, and potentially over here. We've got our spike pit. You know, we have to decide if we want everyone in one force together, or if we want to split into two groups to hold two fronts.
I mean, I think like the plan, right, is to hold the line here, and then if we can't do that, fall back and destroy the bridge.
So we'll keep everybody in this area then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
thought we were
it doesn't
gonna have
really.
archers in the back.
Tennille can be in the back, yeah, and I mean, I guess I can be in the back as well because I'm also all ranged, so I'll hang out back here. But Jura and Jenna definitely function better close up. I'm not sure about Varnier, but
Yeah, I function much better close up.
so yeah, you guys can stay up there.
I don't want to be directly in front, but my range is not large. My main attack is going to be this really, really funky thing where I force somebody into our collective, and then I start taking their health and giving it to us.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's pretty fucked up, actually.
Yes. I wasn't joking when I said he was creepy. He literally just drains people of their life energy, giving it to you guys.
Sorry.
Well, it's not necessarily.
For some
his
reason,
fault.
my nose just started pissing blood. But I'm back.
That happens
Welcome
to me all the time. Don't worry about it.
Like, literally, my chest is covered in blood.
Oh, that's a little. Okay,
It
that
stopped.
doesn't happen.
I was gonna say, it stopped. I think... What's it called? When I was scratching my nose, I just fucked myself up.
Huh.
I gotta trim my nails.
I guess.
I don't know. So... Everyone, have we decided on a basic strategy?
Pretty much. Close range guys up front, long range guys in back. Try to hold the line, and then if we can't, fall back and destroy the bridge.
Alright. Like, one fireball should easily blow this fucking bridge up. It's wood.
And not even like super good wood.
Yes, it's kind of shitty wood. This bridge was clearly not, like, meant to be here right away. They just kind of, like, threw it together. Okay, let me grab some music.
I will put bark skin on Jenna at the start of the battle, because that one lasts 10 minutes per level. It should be long enough.
Okay.
That's like 100 minutes, yeah.
Okay, gang. Cassandra hides, because she has no, like, weapon training at all. Although Loy Resben asks if you want him to stay as well.
I mean, you're a pretty important diplomat. Do you have any fighting ability?
I know how to shoot a gun. I'm a hunter.
That'll work, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fall back with the archers.
Bandits. Here, let me get the barbarians. You see a group of about 4 dozen people in total. As well as a dirty-looking man with 2 beautiful short swords leading them. One second.
Sorry,
Jesus.
did you say a beautiful-looking man or beautiful-looking short swords?
A beautiful-looking short sword. The man,
Okay.
you could consider the man beautiful. He's quite handsome, although he's very clearly dirty and doesn't give a shit about his appearance.
And that's all represented by the 1 token.
No, that's represented by these tokens. One sec. These tokens.
Oh boy. Oh boy, they're coming.
You actually maybe not recognize the trolls themselves, but you recognize their style of dress and their lots of jewelry.
Are they Cthulhu?
They look like they are dressed and ornamented with like gold, like a stupid amount of gold, to the point where it's like almost silly. They look like Zenchuli, yeah. The same trolls you saw when you were with Holgruka. Although the trolls walk at a walk with a mindless gait, almost like they're zombies. Although they don't look dead, just entranced.
Just that, like, maybe they're stupid.
It's like a voodoo trance, you know, like that. Like, it's like, they're literally like voodoo zombies, not like actual zombies.
Sure,
We did
yeah.
see before that the Zenchuli take mind slaves.
Yes, that's what I mean by that.
Say again? Oh, no need for diplomacy. Okay, I heard. That sounds good to us. Say hi to the devil when you meet him in hell.
Okay. Let's put some comic music on and let's roll some dice.
Do they have a generally applicable concept of hell?
I mean, hell exists. You can...
Like, there's a lot of them, if I remember correctly.
There's 9 of them. Although, because of the cradle, you don't actually go there. You used to go there before the cradle, and now you just go to the maw.
Oh, okay. Anyway, not the point right now. Mass combat time.
Mass combat time.
Is this the right music?
This is the right music.
It doesn't seem to be playing. Oh no, Lindsay just turned way down for me. Never mind. Alright. That's good as
Okay, gang. So we chose archers. We chose destroy the bridge. And
Maybe.
we set
Traps where they are.
and we set traps.
And there's the spike pit.
Yes. So first things first, as they charge you, several bandits are caught in snares. You see one barbarian step in a bear trap and have his just leg destroyed.
Oh fuck.
And the spike pit catches several of them as well. So, we're going to roll some dice. Who wants to take charge of the army?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay. You're going to roll. Let me just get all your stats.
Actually, hold on a second, real quick. Varnier is better at this than I am. Varnier should do that.
I don't think either. I'm the marshal of the entire barony.
I mean,
Hmm.
This is literally like my one job is leading the troops.
that is true, Jura, but like also, did you see
that
them
is
come up
actually
with that plan? That was cool as hell.
Jura, that's actually not your job. The marshal is the one who sends scouting parties and patrols the border.
Well, that's actually helpful to know. I
Jura,
always thought it was a battle thing.
Jura, you're a border
My
patrol
thought is
officer.
instead of any one of us, let's go ahead and have Nivlak. You get to roll the first set. Jura, you get to roll the second set. And since I'm the new person, we'll go ahead and have Tennille roll the third set. That way, each person gets to do something cool. And I'm okay because I went ahead and got to set everything up. So we're all contributing.
Okay.
That sounds about like it makes sense, yeah.
So, Nivlak, roll a d20 plus... would you like to spend a spell slot this round?
Yep.
So you chuck a fireball. As well as the group unleashing arrows and people getting ready for melee combat. You're gonna roll a d20 plus... 3... You're gonna roll a d20 plus 9. And they're gonna roll a d20 plus 8.
Boom!
Wow, okay.
29. Oh my goodness.
8
They hit you back hard, but you both succeed in your offense rolls, and you both pass each other's defense, therefore making this first part a stalemate.
They both... Oh, wow, okay.
You take several losses, as well as them taking several losses, and it so far appears like no one is the winner.
That's scary.
Second round. Amon Trask is going to use one of his commanding abilities to move his trolls to the front. The same thing happens again, but this time there are trolls. He essentially just gives him a +1 bonus to the next roll. Round 2. Let's do the same roll. Jura, you can give me a d20 plus 9. Again,
Ouch, those are both high.
he may have gotten more than you, but you both beat each other's defenses. There is just bloody mess, but still no one is winning.
Yeah.
A lot of people are dying, yet no one really seems like they're coming out on top.
Has anyone important died yet?
No one that you know, personally.
Oh, okay, cool. Nivlak may fear death, but he's still Nivlak.
Round 3. The final round before the barbarians begin to retreat and Amon and his trolls decide that it's fucking time to go. Guys over here. Pretty much the fighting is just at the bridge now. This bridge gives quite a good defensive bonus, actually, because it's not really easy. Only one troll can walk across it at a time. Tennille, give me a d20 plus 9. And your defense is boosted by the fact that they are really just kind of running out of steam at this point. That actually, you pierce their defenses, but they actually, for the first time, do not pierce yours.
Good.
And a volley of arrows and musket fire kill off or force to retreat a great number of the barbarians.
Is this enough of a reprieve to start putting buffs on while they're flaggering here?
It is. Well, let's go. I assume you put all your buffs on beforehand. You know, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, head out.
Arrows and bullets are flying over, although the trolls don't really seem bothered by it too much. And a great number of the city guard have either been wounded or killed due to the kind of bloody first two rolls.
That's a lot of buffs.
Yes, a ton of buffs. Okay, let me actually... I just realized you guys aren't actually snapped to the grid. One sec.
So this is the actual, like, combat bit where we have to fuck shit up.
Yes. Amon, seeing his normal human barbarians fleeing or dead, calls for a final charge. And as he approaches, we roll initiative.
Ooh. Oh, this is good. And I got bad initiative.
Okay,
Alright.
I am not seeing initiative. I'm probably being dumb.
Initiative, you can actually, if you go to the top window, if you want, you don't need to have the little thing up, but if you want to, you can click window and click the initiative and make sure that's checked. It'll bring up a little window with everyone in it.
Ah, okay.
I think all the trolls go first. Okay, actual combat time. First round, Dire Troll Mindslave 8. Going to run up and claw at Jenna.
How dare he?
So this is getting difficult because all these bonuses are hard to keep track of. I'm trying to figure out her AC bonus right now.
With Bark Skin, that misses. Because her AC would be 28.
Jesus.
Mindslave 11. Oh, wait a second. Wait, I just realized that this map is on... 1 second, Jesus. I can't believe I didn't notice this.
What's,
Okay. Sorry, this map is on segments of 3 instead of 5 feet.
Oh. Oh, okay, I see. Hey, Gold Leaf's here. Level 2 Gold Leaf. Off to the side.
Ignore. This Dire Troll Mindslave runs up and is about to attack Varnir, but he can't this turn because he had used both his movement.
Hey, Tanky, I don't know if anyone else, but I'm just
Yeah.
seeing, like, the old generic, like, forest rat. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep, that's better.
And I'm noticing that my AC doesn't have my armor calculated into it.
Now it does. It was... Wait, how many points did you spend for your inertial armor?
I spent the full amount, so I have 8 points from it.
Also, any trolls that have had a turn should be making their sickening checks against the...
True.
It's like 40 feet over here. Sickening vines and shit.
I will do all that in advance. Because they're all probably going to go before you guys. Troll 9 is definitely sick. Everyone else is pretty good.
They have pretty good fortitude saves, huh?
That
They
sounds
are.
like trolls.
Yeah, they are trolls.
And this big boss guy is also... No, he's human, okay. Still has a +9, though, so...
Tennille, the trolls are pincering the rest of the group. What do you do?
I'm gonna use Sky Shot and study target on. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Amon.
Amon. Him.
Yes.
So that gives me a +2 to attack and damage.
Yep, gives you a +2 to attack and damage.
Okay.
Are you gonna rapid shot and all that junk?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure you click it. So you take out Sky Shot and fire 3 arrows. The first one hits with a crackling of thunder. The other 2 miss barely. I love that 19 natural 1.
Oh man. Oh.
What a fucking bow. Ah! Jura, there's a lot of issues around you right now.
Well, I don't want to deal with the boss, but I don't want to get too far away. It's probably better just to hold the line here.
Five-foot
Trying
step.
to chirp this guy.
Okay, you go for the sweep.
I got 2 attacks to try, 2 attempts, and each trip I roll twice and take the better roll.
Yep.
Just have to calculate the bonus.
It would be... It'd be +6 on top of the trip.
Yeah, it is 6.
Yep.
Excellent.
That first trip, unfortunately does not. The second trip, however, as you swing with one of your legs, you reach out and push the other leg. This troll stumbles over like an idiot.
Alright, so I will take Jura's attack first here for greater trip.
I was about to say, yeah, and because he falls in front of you, both you and Jenna both swing at him.
And this has... It's actually, the dice roll should be a 1d8 for the damage initially.
Okay.
And then for the fire, it's just a 1d6. No, it's 2d6 of fire.
7, 13, 19, you do 20 damage.
And then Jenna's getting 2 attacks of opportunity. The first one is because Jura tripped something, and she has Earth Opportunist. But we have to worry about Jenna. Wait, Jenna's got +12 strength, +4 con, +2 armor. See if she has any more strength bonuses. I think that's it for strength bonuses. So yeah, +12 strength, +4 con.
Plus 12 strength.
She's large size.
I was about to say, because that means she's got 32 strength.
Large size and whatever modifiers that does.
Gives you an additional +2 if she's large. I assume that's what you added in, though.
I haven't added anything yet, actually.
Oh, wow, okay. So that would, with the +12, be a +6 to attack and damage.
So her talons are now 2d8. Her bite is now...
Yeah, we need to figure this out so that we can get macros for this.
Oh, I actually started a macro. It's almost working.
Nice.
I tested it out an hour ago. But yes, I do actually intend to macro all of this in a really complex way.
But
not today.
Jura trips the troll, stabs him once, and then Jenna just pounces on top of him and just beats the shit out of him.
I'm looking for the natural armor, not natural armor, natural attacks chart. Alright, talons. Starts out at 1d8, 2d6, 2d8. It's... Can you get bigger than Colossal, or does it just cap out there?
It caps a Colossal.
Flaw. Starts at 1d4, 1d... Claw is now 2d6. Gotta write this down.
Jenna fucking hits this troll just like a Tarask would hit the troll.
Jesus Christ, you guys are terrifying.
Bite is now... 6.
And without the macros and conditions, it only takes several minutes to attack.
I was not expecting to make 2 levels last time.
True, true.
And then each one is doing an additional 2d6 plus 1d6. Plus
This
1.
is gonna be like a stupid amount of damage, right?
I hope so.
Watch.
I would be very
All of
disappointed.
this for 1 point of damage.
Oh yeah, or
Perfect.
no, all of
I
this is.
think the minimum, given all these rolls, is going to be like at least like 7 points of damage.
I mean,
Understand, but I was, I thought it would be funny.
you
Yeah,
could
no,
you
you're
could
right,
also
though.
you could also roll 2 natural ones. I just missed twice.
Alright, so I'm gonna keep making normal attacks for the attack chance, but then I'll roll the damage manually. So ignore whatever the damage says.
Okay. That hits. That
That's
also
2
hits.
attacks. The first one is going to be...
It's gonna be something stupid that we're all gonna hate. I can see it coming.
And are they had the problems with fire? The 2d6 there is the fire
Oh yeah, none of
damage.
these dudes are immune. That was just a little scare tactic. That's a lot of numbers for 17.
Yeah, some of those could not have been very good rolls. And the 2d6...
Did you want to add that little make sure that you do /roll, and did you want to add that equals greater than sign in the middle of it?
What is the equals?
Oh yeah, never mind. That's just the calculation. Roll it again, because you forgot to put the 2. The D, you put a 6 instead.
Oh my god.
Oh. 268.
268 damage. Not bad.
Not bad.
Could be better.
Honestly, given all those rolls, maybe it could have been.
I'm trying to type too fast and making typos here. Okay, that's the second one. 28.
Plus 5. Ow. I'm at 3 HP. Jura trips
and
the
now
troll.
allow me to take a million years deciding which spell to use.
Jura trips the troll, and Jenna just fucking walks up and down smashes it.
And then I suppose Jura will make his second iterative attack. Might as well.
That's a miss.
Which is
Wait, no,
only
he's on the
going to
ground.
be
That's a hit.
1d8 plus 2d6.
He's dead.
And I guess I should roll the 2d6s separately because it's fire and that's special. against trolls.
He had 3 HP. He's dead. You don't need to worry about it.
This
Troll-
is acceptable.
Troll Mind Slave 7. 5-foot steps. Then realizes he can't 5-foot step and just walks. Take this, Jura. Jura, you duck underneath the giant claw. Amon Trask runs over. Is going to charge. He swings and nicks you for 9 damage. Jenna. Very exciting. It's Jenna's turn again.
Jenna seems to be missing the plus like 12 strength over here.
Were you not adding that to your attacks?
I can add strength directly?
Not strength, but to hit. Because plus 12 strength is equal to 6 to hit.
Okay, so I will manually add that. Well, and then how much extra for damage?
6. It's the same both.
Plus 12 either way.
Yes.
Alright, she can reach the boss.
She can reach the boss because she has long hands now.
This is all the 2 hits. There's
44.
actually a fumble in there.
You actually rolled a nat 1 for a 26. Jenna's gotta be the most broken character I've seen, and she's not even the player character. So it's 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 1d6 plus 7.
My god.
I have the formula if you don't want to type it.
This is, I think, just the talons.
Oh my god, really?
Oh.
Because I gotta add the 12 for the strength manually to each thing here.
It's not 12, it's plus 6. Because it's 12 strength.
Plus 6. Let me try this again.
So, I can just subtract it from that. 6, 6, 6, 6. So it's 81 minus 24. Which is... Nivlak, use your nerd brain.
I wasn't paying attention. Say again?
Okay, never mind, I got it.
Okay.
81 minus 24 is 57. Okay, 57 damage. Ow, fuck, I'm dead.
Is he actually?
Yes, he's just straight up dead.
I was gonna fucking phantasmal killer that guy, but nah.
Alright, she 5-foot step up then so she can use her bite and her claws. Here is a bite.
The bite hits, the first claw also hits, but the second claw misses.
So I'll just make one claw.
Ow, fuck.
Oh my god, you guys.
Not 12, 6, so minus 6 on that.
Honestly, I'm lucky you guys just don't do a coup, because I could not do anything about it.
Dire Troll Mind Slave. Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy now. I'm gonna start power attacking. Okay, that misses. Varner, you get to play.
Yay! I will do something. Maybe. Dire Mindslave 11 is going to have this happen.
Okay, let's make a will save to avoid violently being forced into the collective.
Yep.
He fails. You feel the troll's mind connect with yours and everyone else's.
Okay. I am going to be talking directly to him. Just trash talking him.
Okay.
Yeah, just be kind of a dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
The
just
troll
trash
appears.
talking
The
him.
troll appears to not really have control of his body or mind.
It doesn't matter. It's just a standard operating procedure. So, that was my standard action. And I will just stand there for now.
Nivlak.
Oh, is it my turn?
It is.
Alright, well...
I'm
let's
actually,
see.
I'm gonna go back in the video and time how long that turn was.
Okay. So, hold on. So, this Mind Slave is Mind Slaved. The boss is dead.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Jenna just stepped on him.
Oh, and Jenna got big, right? I somehow missed that. Okay, what's the range on Create Pit?
400 feet.
100 feet. Could I make a pit that gets all of these 3 guys in there?
No, because it is a 10-foot area.
It's only 10 foot at its max, really?
It's not that powerful. It's just a
I
pit.
guess so.
It's a good spell though. I like that one. Level 2 only.
Alright, well, in that case, I guess I will do...
Yep, it is a 10-foot by 10-foot hole, so you can get one of these dudes in the pit.
Eh. What's the will? Yeah. I'm gonna try, Phantasmal Killer... Wait, no, Phantasmal Killer invokes a fort save, doesn't it?
Nope, it's a will save.
Just a will save. Phantasmal Killer is a will save to disbelieve, then a fort save or die.
Oh yeah, it's a fort save or die.
And their fort save is plus 13.
Because it literally scares them into having a heart attack.
Man. Alright, I'll just cast fucking Fireball then, I guess. Fireball.
There?
I mean, that was... yeah, right? I think that's a good idea.
That's a fireball.
Holy fuck. Never mind. Like, here. Fireball is huge now, I guess.
There you go. It's got a 20-foot radius. It was always big. We were just doing it wrong before.
If you want to include me, I'd be happy.
No! What the fuck?
Please?
I'm not gonna fireball you, Varnir. What? No. Anyway, yeah. Click
See,
boom.
Ow.
Asked about the Death Wish.
Roll 10d6 plus 10.
Oh, Burning Infusion.
Okay. Yeah, and they all fail, because your DC is like 22 or something.
The joys of a properly min-maxed character.
Ow!
That's good.
The troll that you are mind-connected with screams in everyone's mind as he burns to ash.
No, he's connected with Mindslave 9. He's connected with, number 9, I thought.
No, he's
No,
connected
10.
to this one,
Oh!
who just explodes.
Whoops.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Nice! Free power points.
Yep, you steal some of the last of his life energy as he fades away.
You guys watch as a little bit of his soul transfers over to Varnir.
This is unlikely to bother any of us.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Mindslave 10 is on fire. He's so scared, and he's going to try to put himself out.
Oh, did he not die? If he didn't die, then I don't get any power
No, yeah,
points.
you were attached to 11 who didn't die. 10 is still alive.
Okay, so 10 is still alive.
The troll spends his whole turn trying to put himself out and fails, therefore taking more damage. Ow. Mindslave 12 steps into Jenna's range and is going to just punch Jenna. He punches Jenna. Jenna does not seem too bothered.
That was a pretty poor punch.
Tennille. So much is happening, Tennille. All you did was shoot arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the thing.
Say the line, Tennille. I shoot arrow. Whoever you hit, you definitely hit.
I'll go after 12.
Okay. He takes 38 damage. Man, and that's without sneak attack. Jura. There's fire everywhere. Jenna's big.
5-foot step.
Please don't
That's-
trip.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna trip the troll, number 12.
This was not like a cakewalk, but it was not, this is a kind of brutal.
Ah, fuck.
Out of
Trips.
character, just so that you know why I was joking about hitting Varnir. anytime, once per turn, any damage that is done to somebody in the collective, I can redirect it to somebody else in the collective, which meant I could have doubled the amount of damage onto the troll.
So we have a reason to accept damage for this.
Or if you're going to get hit, I'm going to make it harder for people to. My goal is to make people alive.
That's actually really good because if someone gets coup de grace or killed, you can transfer the damage to yourself to save them.
Yes.
Or like, couldn't you transfer it to like to Neil or someone a little tankier?
Yeah,
like,
you could have
not that I want Neil to
you
die,
could have
but-
taken all the damage. I mean, I was gonna say
Or I
Varnir.
can tank it. I have 91 health,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I have
alright.
91 health as well.
so
Varnir
I'm
is
pretty tanky.
Twinsies.
I like how they both have the same health, even though Varnir has 18 con and Tennille has 12. You trip and then swing twice. The second one actually hits because he's tripped. God damn it.
And Jenna gets 2.
If Jenna hits, he dies. You just have to hit.
Gets 2 chances. With a plus 17 to hit. No, plus 18 actually.
You actually can't miss unless you get a nat 1. He's dead.
Sick. Hey,
He
I don't think
ceases
the
to
fireball
exist.
will still be there.
There's certainly fire though.
Oh yeah, everything
That-
is on fire.
Oh, but I thought fireball didn't actually create fire, man.
But you use Burning Infusion, which does create fire.
True enough.
Dire Troll Mind Slave, 5-foot step, and it's going to full attack Jura.
I forgot to put Barkskin on Jura, so that was a miss.
You very easily dodge all of those, doing cool backflips and all that shit. Amon Trask would have a turn if he wasn't dead. Jenna's turn.
Yeah, she can reach both trolls from here, I think.
You can, because you have reach. By the way, everyone else who is either wounded or just shooting arrows and not doing a ton of damage is like mortified, but also impressed by this just explosions and... They're wondering
Yeah,
why...
I don't. Has any party member taken? Okay, Jura's taken a hit, but like, pretty much everyone's fine, I think.
They're wondering why you didn't just fight this army yourself. Let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, if you hit this guy at least once, he dies.
Alright, this is gonna be the first Talon.
Dead.
And then we'll do the second Talon.
And then the next 4 attacks all hit this dude. Who I'm pretty sure will die. Wow, you rolled the exact same...
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was about to say. Okay. Ow, fuck.
Then we'll do a bite. Also 2d8 there, but only one of them.
Ouch.
Clause number 1.
I may have to increase the difficulty slightly. Although this wasn't supposed to be a super hard fight.
It wasn't?
No.
It was like a giant battle thing.
Well, yeah, but fucking... Your soldiers fucking took the hits for you.
Well, imagine if we had just delayed like 5 hours and we get to Jennifer and everything would be burning and razed to the ground.
Dead. This troll is ripped into pieces, and because of Jenna's fire enchantment, it does not regenerate.
I feel a bit bad because they're mind slaves.
Varnir, there's one troll left, everything else is on fire.
Okay, well, we're going to play the same game. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do Swift Aid. So They can make a Fortitude save. DC would be a 25 because it's a plus. It would normally be 23, but then it's +2. If they fail, then I'm going to be transferring their health over to Jura. I have. Okay. Well.
The fort save's kind of stupid.
I understand. I had to try though. Okay, so that was my immediate reaction. So then, or my immediate action. So then I'm going to use my move action to regain my psychic focus.
Okay. So you center yourself mentally?
Yep.
Nivlac.
Because I had to spend my psionic focus for the
ability.
Swift Aid. And that's me.
Nivlac, what you want to do?
I'm surprised it came back around to me so quick. It's not like there's a lot left to do. Let me just,
It might be Scorching Ray time. If you have that.
Scorching Ray. I want to try Phantasmal Killer on the Dire Troll Mindslave 10.
Okay, he's gonna make a will save to disbelieve the horrible fear he's seeing. He does not disbelieve it.
An image of taxes appears in front of him.
However, he does not have a heart attack.
But he still suffers like penalties, right?
No.
Say again, Tangy?
Nope.
Wait, there's no penalties if you pass the will save. You're just fine.
Well, you have to pass the will save to believe it or not, and then
But like,
instant death.
if you do pass, if you pass the fort save, rather, you're just totally fine.
Yes.
So that did nothing.
Yeah,
Great.
because the spell is immediate. Doesn't have any sort of lingering effect.
Well, I thought he'd be like scared or something. He'd like, he's still
I mean,
seeing like.
he's already
I don't
on
know,
fire.
It's fair enough.
So we
That's
do
my-
not like fighting things with high fortitude saves.
Yeah, that's my turn then.
I was about to say, I don't think any spellcaster likes high fort saves. This Dire Troll Mindslave is not going to put himself out because he's going to step to beat the fuck out of Varnir.
Probably not the smartest choice, but
So if he hits you, can't you just put the damage back into him?
yes.
Ugh. He charges. Smack, 10 damage. You pull out an Uno
yeah, but
reverse
that
card.
misses.
Oh yeah, it misses because of inertial armor.
Yeah.
He swings at you, but just a few inches before it actually hits you, it hits an invisible force like a wall.
He will obviously sigh, like annoyed that he didn't get hit.
Tennille.
Place your bets now, ladies and gentlemen. Masochist or just generic death wish?
What do you want to do, Tennille?
I'm gonna do the thing.
Nice. Very creative and very fun. He dies immediately. Oh my god.
It's a crit.
Skyshot crit. Everyone needs to make a fort save. Because when Skyshot crits, there is a crackle of thunder right next to everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone make a fort save. Yes. And the troll is immediately permanently deaf.
I'm all the way across the bridge, as is Tennille.
Oh yeah, Tennille and Tennille and not Jenna.
Nivlac.
Nivlac, yes. Jura, you are deaf for 1 round. Everyone else, you're fine. The troll is hit by thunder. Goes flying and dies.
Jennifer will never consider rebelling against the barony.
I think not. Yeah. This is a pretty like actually efficient show of force because we're not like scaring them, but we are scaring them, but like we're not threatening them. Not that we needed to.
The last of the troll's body parts burn away into ash, and Amon Trask collapses to the ground dead. People immediately run around tending to the wounded, and there is like a hopeful cheer that sort of spreads throughout the rest of the army. Oh, you're right, my lord.
Actually, yeah, I am completely fine. Nothing bad happened to me at all.
Okay, well.
How's your army, your people? Are they alright?
I have to roll something to see how many people we lost. Eight men dead.
That's not great. Sorry about that. Yeah, could have been a lot worse.
Did anyone lose an animal companion?
No.
That's very specific, Jura.
Well, Jura has the
Thinking
ability to bring...
resurrect
Yeah,
them.
Jura has the ability to bring pets back to life now.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of his abilities as a hunter.
So I
Great.
gotta offer at least.
Is there any chance that during that I could have been close to one of the people that died? If so, I would have revived them because I can psionically revive them, and the cool part is it doesn't cost me anything for no cost to it. Well, it does. It costs me power points. I'll just remove however many power points would be.
I just realized, wait, how many power points is that? That spell?
As I remember, that one's 9.
You could just bring everyone back.
Okay, then I will go ahead and remove 9 times 8 is 72.
Varnir walks from corpse to corpse of the fallen soldiers, sits for a second, and reaches down, almost like a defibrillator, and there is a psionic pulse. And the men shoot back to life breathing, although very poorly wounded. Or
All
very
of them?
badly wounded. Yes, all of them. Loy Resbin and his group are aghast at this. Not in a bad way, but in like a wow, like a wonderful kind of miracle.
Yeah, as am I. He can fucking do that? That's crazy.
The men are still at -1 hit point and are stable, but they're not dead.
They'll be, like, alive eventually. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, and citizens come out and take them to the sort of makeshift triage center that has been built.
Is there anything else I could do for you, sir? And then again, he stops. Looking at Nivlak.
Well done. No, you've done quite enough. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, my lord.
Maybe not these ones, but someone sent them. We need to deal with this.
Yes.
Sooner rather than later.
Cassandra peeks up.
Well, yeah, I was being dramatic, but thank you very much.
Well, the Zenchuli working with them is not a good sign, and the Zenchuli seem to have capitalized on the trolls collapsing.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
Yes, those trolls. They wore armor and ornamentations I've never seen.
Yeah, we should collect that ornamentation.
Yeah, sure. Let's put it on Jura. She's got a high carrying capacity, I think. Wait, on Jenna, rather.
If you put anything gold on her, you won't get it off of her later.
Actually, yeah, just like deck out Jenna in like Oblivion gold.
There's about 200 gold worth of mostly worthless but very pretty gold trinkets.
I mean, yeah, that's how gold works,
Yeah.
basically.
What about the axes or the weapons that?
Amon has 2 beautifully crafted short swords. I know there were axes, but I know his art has axes, but he uses short swords. I think it's an inconsistency with the author. They are both +1 short swords. Not that great, but can sell for a pretty penny.
Maybe a averagely, attractive penny. perhaps.
All right. That was, Cassandra speaks up. That was an immense show of strength.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Perhaps after this you could help me in some way. See, these bandits and barbarians were sent by Drelev. And Drelev has, made a deal with the Tiger Lords to share the domain. I have little in the way of personal wealth, but if you could save my father and sisters from the Drelev's castle, I would be very grateful. Especially seeing as, after this, I assume you're heading that way.
That won't be necessary, but thank you. We'll do what we can.
Be careful. The Tiger Lords are led by a man who calls himself Armagh. Not the warlord of old, he's long dead, but, this Armagh claims to be the reincarnation of the old warlord.
No, one of those. Gotcha.
I know they are seeking something. They have a group of witches that serve them. They are seeking something in the Hook-Tongue Slough. I've heard that much from, well, before, I snuck away. Armagh demanded tribute from Drelev. He demanded that every knight in Drelev's domain give one of their daughters or sisters to Armagh as payment, tribute.
That's fucked. Alright.
And my father would not give me or my sister up, but and so for that Drelev imprisoned him in his castle. Luckily, my sister and I snuck away. I do not know where she is, but I hope she's safe.
Well, we'll do, like I said, we'll do what we can. We'll get them back. All right.
Loy speaks up. Should I still send for the army, my lord?
Actually, should we still send for the army? I'm not sure. Like, we defeated the big thing, but there could be more, I guess.
Stragglers could be picked up by the regular militia, correct?
Yeah, the regular militia seem to do just fine, honestly. Leave the army in Alexandria.
All right. Roy nods. Well, I'll leave you and your companions to whatever it is heroes do. Cassandra, let's get you something to eat and clean your wounds. Okay, the army disperses throughout the town, and you are all left talking on the bridge.
I mean, usually it goes for later than this, but that does feel like a natural ending point for the session. Not to say that I want it to end here, but like...
I mean, that would have been... I mean, this is the start of the new arc. You guys have a whole everything to explore.
Yeah, alright, so the is opened up to us, essentially. Manifest Destiny. So, what do we have to do? We have this...
Boggards.
What?
The Boggards. They were in the west.
I don't think this has anything to do with them, but that is funny. We've got this connection to that asshole Baron to follow up on. Not necessarily his Baron, but like that kingdom. These guys seem to have been supported by them. So follow up on that. Get this guy. Get Cassandra's sister back. I don't.
Dad.
I wasn't 100% paying attention for that. But we have a quest to rescue someone.
And there's this Armagh.
And Armagh, who presumably, yeah. And we'll also need to deal with him eventually. What's our initial objective, though? I'm not
Ooh,
sure.
Depends. What do you want to do? Do you want me to bring you to the Stolen Lands?
Yeah, that's probably best.
Would you like to take a long rest here, or just go on out?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems wise.
Yes.
Yes?
Definitely. I am really low on PowerPoints.
You did just bring 8 people back to life. And remember, I don't think you know this, Varnir, but in Arala, you can come back to life once safely. After that, there are some detrimental side effects that could occur.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'll give you guys a long rest. Not you, Johnny. You don't have hit points. Get the fuck out.
He has 1. He has 3 hit points. We rolled for it.
Okay, the party is rested. You can restore your power points. Everyone can restore their spell slots. And I'll bring you to the Stolen Lands map. Tell me when you have your power points done, Varner.
Yep.
Okay. Hook Tongue Slow. You actually know where Drelev's fort is, because it's a city, and it's not hidden. I will reveal it for you.
So that's where they came from. That's all we need to do.
Assumedly.
Wait, so this guy's called Dralo?
Drelev.
Drelev, okay. It's just an audio thing then.
This guy claimed the whole Hook Tongue Slow, but does he actually have, like, infrastructure surrounding the area?
Yeah.
You're not sure. You've never been there. Although the Hook Tongue Slow is a fucking hellhole.
It's a slow.
It's a slow, it's marsh, it's radiation in some places. This is what you would call a sick land, meaning a place that was affected by nuclear war during the calamity.
Oh yeah! I keep forgetting that nuclear war happened in this world.
This is a sick land, meaning that this is a fucking horrible hellhole.
Wait, if that's the case, shouldn't, like, most places be sick lands then?
No. The world was magically, cleaned in the pre- and post-calamity era by great houses of druids, before those druids were then hunted down by settlers and colonizers.
So I guess just fuck this one swampy area.
I mean, maybe it was too bad here? You're not
They
sure.
didn't bother to fix it.
Is the Boggart Kingdom in the Slow itself?
That is what, the nice Boggart friend you met, I think his name was Gargum. That's what Gargum said, is that he was kicked out of his kingdom in the Hook Tongue Slow.
You guys said they were, like, over here or something.
Yep.
So that's kind of crazy. They live in a sick land. And this Baron guy thinks that they're in his territory, so I worry about them a bit.
Hey, guess what's on the way to the sick land?
What's on the way to the sick land?
Remember that? That's our favorite place.
Grove of the Bloom.
I was gonna mention that. Could we, like, swing by, maybe?
Does anyone but Niblack think that's a good idea?
I don't know, just be like, hey, we're like 10 times as powerful as last time we met. You want to talk shit again?
Last time she summoned a Hydra on your ass.
Yeah, and I could fucking, like, and I could kill that Hydra with
You could
a flick of
explode that Hydra right now, yeah.
Plus, it was made of plants. Plants. Are you kidding me?
For context, Varnir, they pissed off a nymph.
Ah, makes sense.
We didn't really do anything to provoke her. She just didn't like that we were moving into the land.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't like that you were setting up cities and infrastructure.
Yeah, we didn't really do anything in particular that she might not have liked.
Where is our boggard friend on the map? He might be able to tell us more about what's in this low since the
He's up
Baron
here.
took over. Yeah, we're really close by, and he might have news.
I mean, sure. Sounds pretty much fine.
Until now, we knew basically nothing about the Strelev guy.
Except for one time you had a drink with him at the coronation and he was a dick. He basically called Nivlak a peasant, basically.
And he wasn't wrong.
Yeah, you were just
Actually,
some dude of a... You were some mercenary who got a royal title.
I mean,
at least Drelev and Magar Varn are both royal blood. So,
I'm sure there's a transmutation spell that could fix that.
where are we going, gang?
I don't have. I'm not technically a royal. I don't have any royal blood or blood at all, for that matter. Anyway, so
Jura appears like he wants to go to the Boggart Fort.
I want to go to the Boggart Fort as well. I also really want to go shun the Lady of the Bloom. I mean, we can do both, right? I think Traveling Salesman tells us that we should go Boggart Fort first anyway. So let's head there for the moment.
Yay,
Sounds good to me.
now I have to do my frog voice again. Okay, at noon the next day, you take the 2-hour horseback ride.
Horseback ride through the Gnarl Marches.
It's not great, but you do it. Oh god, you're all clumped up. You guys, like, telefrag each other and spawn in each other.
Yeah. Remember when we, like, thought this guy was gonna attack us? That was fun. So long ago. We had Toru at that point, and Toru's owner.
Kobayashi.
Yeah, we're scared of this lone boggard.
Whatever their name was, yeah.
Yeah, you were like
Toru,
level 2 when you met him though.
and now we are level 10.
Jenna, you run in. First things first, Jenna is met at the door. And Jenna has ADD.
Jenna has ADHD.
Jenna is met by the door by a growling Ubagoob.
Oh, good. He got another one.
This is the same one. Who's there?
Hi, it's us again.
Ah. Poke with stick. Ah. Garum gets up on Ubagoob.
I thought, like, I didn't think we were, like, disliked here, right?
You weren't. Jenna's just slightly annoying.
Oh, okay. Hello? We were seeking some information on a individual. What we're asking about the Bandit King, right?
Yeah, the Tiger Lord.
Yeah, he's called the Tiger Lord, and his name starts with a G, I think.
His name starts with an A. It is Armagh.
Armagh, yes. We were wondering if you knew anything about the Bandit Lord Armagh. No? Okay. Well, we thought basically just because you lived further west than we do, and he's also in the west, that you might have heard of him. Yeah. Thought it was worth coming back. Say again?
How west?
He's just on the western edge of the slough.
Didn't go that far.
All right, well then it makes sense you wouldn't have seen him.
What about this Krelev? He seems to have claimed all the land that the Boggart Kingdom formerly had.
And why were you exiled?
Traitors and usurpers. I'm the king of the Boggart.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I don't know if we've shared with you yet, but we did manage to kill that shaman again, properly. He's twice dead now. Permanently for good, I promise. We have his finger somewhere, I think.
Oh, did we?
No, we met him at the Keep of the Trolls. But it was the same person. We're sure of it.
Yeah. Yeah, aren't you? Yeah, Tartuk, I thought. These are... Yeah, Boggart and Kobold are a little different.
A shaman that's not Tartuk.
You come to me of knowledge of the slow?
Yeah. Say that again? You're hard to understand.
I speak common slowly for you.
I appreciate that. If you would just say that last thing once more.
You come for knowledge of the slow.
Yes.
Keep away from warm spots. Spots that vibrate. Your skin is weak and not slimy.
That weird flex, but alright, sure.
Be aware of the air in the sick lands.
Oh! He's talking about radiation. Is he?
He is.
Alright, there we go. Okay, so slimy skin helps with, the sick air, does it?
Mucus keeps it.
Huh. Alright,
Perhaps this one will be fine, but your skin is fleshy and soft.
What about this skin? And I take off the ring. Is this fine?
Okay, so I gotta change some things, and this is gonna be a Varnier reveal.
Oh man. It's times like this I wish I could do an evil laugh.
One second. Unbound Nivlak.
Unbound. Ooh, that's a fun. I like that.
I don't think the Boggart has any idea of this either.
Can you describe this for Varnier, because this might be confusing?
Yes, very much so.
So...
God, double.
Hey, Varnier, I guess I should have explained this to you. I'm not really a person, you know? I'm this.
Warble,
actually.
warble.
Not horrible, you know, I prefer to think of myself as soft and only gently on fire.
What you see before you is... Have you ever played Dark Souls?
I have not.
Okay, then it is a small black shadow surrounded by a luminescent light with two pinprick eyes.
Okay.
As it speaks, it like gently wiggles, and the words come from it. It has several pseudopods that sort of hold Nivlak's stuff.
Little tentacles. I'm gonna put a link in Discord. If you just go to that Google image search, he looks like those.
Okay.
Ring back on. Whoop.
Ah, okay.
He looks like those, yeah.
Are you deceased?
No, not at all. I am well, I was for a while, and that's, but I'm not anymore.
Okay.
Is this, do you have any questions? I guess this might be a lot to process.
You are still the leader, right?
Yeah, still Nivlak, you know. Nothing is different, basically.
Then he will shrug and say, I follow where I am commanded.
You're a cool dude, Varnir. Alright. Hey, the Nivlak sprite is back to normal.
I know. 1 second. Yo. So. If you seek a guide, I cannot offer.
Actually, I did have a quick question, just in that, like, do you think this skin would be fine? This, you know, against the radiation?
Garum, like, sticks his hand out and touches you.
It sinks in a little bit. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll take my chances.
Garum looks like he's in deep thought. My...
Oh yeah, we've been meaning to do that for some time now, haven't we? Yeah. We should do that, right?
I was about to say, this agreement is pre-Tennille and pre-Varnir.
Yeah, to eventually deal with the usurpers.
Well, it does seem like getting a foothold in this region is suddenly important.
And I can return
That's
to
true.
my eternal kingdom, my empire, my destiny. He pats Oogaboog on the head. Or Oobagoob is his name.
Is it actually?
His name is Oobagoob. That is the name of the frog that he's on.
Excellent.
He's a good boy.
We will. Thank you.
Hop, 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 hop.
Hop, hop, hop.
Well, gang. You guys are alone now. At least, kind of. You can talk to each other if you want about what happened.
I mean, yeah, so this doesn't change much. We didn't really get any information on the guys. We did...
He has been exiled for quite a long time.
What?
Garum has been exiled for quite a long time.
That's... Okay, sure. You know, that's... That I guess that's useful, but... So... Can we go back to the Stolen Lands real quick? I don't think there's anything in this map left for us.
Whoop. There you go.
Okay, so, this. Where was the Boggart's kingdom again?
He said
Did we
on
get-
the shores of Lake Hooktongue.
On the shores, so literally anywhere around here.
Yes, he was not specific.
Could we, like, ask him real quick if he could just point
Pointed
it out?
out.
Yeah. Okay. So, there's the Boggart's former kingdom. We could go and deal with that, what is essentially a side quest. And that would get us... I mean, that would get us into the slough. That would get us, you know, maybe some information. Probably these shamans have heard of, you know, Drelev, so...
I like that much better than just trying to storm the fort.
I mean, like, that strategy has not been ineffective for us, I've got to say, but...
We
Yeah.
have had 3 deaths, to be fair.
3? I think just 2.
Goldleaf and Nivlek and Tennille.
Sure, okay, Goldleaf, that's true. I think what we should do now is just head down the river, head to the Grove of the Bloom, and then from there head to Mbatu.
Does anyone
Sound
have
right?
any other ideas or questions or complaints?
I don't know about the Grove. She might be too powerful, and she hasn't done anything to us recently.
Yeah, well, we can leave, we can run away, you know, it's not like we're...
She hasn't directly done anything to you, at least not that you know of. Although
I mean,
there
we're
have,
not gonna be hostile, we're just gonna, like, say hi. We're just gonna
although
drop in on
Goldleaf
the
has pointed out beforehand, and the rest of the party has at some point pointed out, that it's weird that there's strange fae happenings everywhere you guys go.
Yeah, that's a good point, we should question her about that.
Like how Gruko was weirdly fae infused, and the owlbear was driven mad with like ivy and vines.
Yeah. Let's just go question her and see if that goes anywhere. And we can run away if we need to.
Does anyone have any I don't want to go there feelings?
Do we? Sense motive, maybe?
Are you trying to do something nice for us, Tanky?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
try-
asking the rest of the party so Nivlek isn't making all the decisions.
That's also necessary. That's also a good point.
This is not an in-game reason, but I don't want to go there tonight because my macros aren't ready for a big fight.
Don't metagame, that's my thing.
Tennille? I know Varnir has literally no context.
Right. So I'm okay with whatever, at least at the moment, because I have no context for any of it. Once I start having more context, I will have more to input. It's part of the reason why I went with the idea of Varnir being more of a soldier. Is it allows me to have him follow directions until he starts getting a voice, because then I start having more idea of what's going on.
Tennille, what about you?
I think if we go there, we should expect a fight.
Alright, alright.
Yeah, even if we tried to run, that lady's... Well, Nivlek did get away that one time.
I think Nivlek literally just went there because everyone thought that she was going to bang him.
Yeah.
That was
And
pretty much...
then-
I think that was the group consensus that she was going to bang him.
I mean, it was not like a question, really. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah, there were some obvious hints, but then when she got... then when you got there, she said, hey, fuck you, get out of my forest.
But not like
You
that,
said... Yeah, you said no. Then she threw a hydra at you, and Nivlek sprinted screaming into the woods.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more or less accurate.
Okay, let's do that.
Does
then.
that context help at all, Varnir?
It sounds like a wonderful time to me.
Yeah.
That's
frankly,
the reason...
I can't imagine how it would help your, like, understanding of anything.
That's the reason that Goldleaf originally bought birth control for the group.
Oh god, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it's some, what's it called, bachelor snuff, where, like, you rub it on your gums, and it makes you sterile for 2 days.
And then Nivlak turned out to be Ace.
Yeah, and then Nivlak doesn't have sex, so...
That was great.
Nivlak, no, it was Nivlak didn't get the hints, and he thought that they were gonna have a sleepover and have fun.
Yeah.
But then she said, hey, fuck you, get out.
So that was rude.
Well, she kind of also said the opposite.
No, I mean, like, it was very clear, like, sex hints, Nivlak doesn't pick up on it, go away.
And she was very attractive and a nymph, so, like, basic story tropes.
Pretty much. Yeah, Nivlak is also trope aware, so, like, he was, like, I was playing him as, like, oblivious, because it's funnier that way, but, like, pretty much on some level, he figured out what was going on.
And then you got ambushed by a bunch of mites and a hydra.
Yeah. But, like, anyway, we don't need to talk about this anymore. Let's just go say hi, ask her about this stuff.
Cross the river, takes an hour. Boop. And now that we're off-road, we're only moving 3 squares an hour instead of 4.
Ooh.
Or hexes, not squares. $3 p.m. 4 p.m. This is an explored hex, so you don't have to worry about random encounters. 5 p.m. It's 6 p.m. as you see in the distance the hill with the grove on top of it. Do you want to continue?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. You arrive at the Grove of the Bloom. Let me pull the map up. It's been a while since we used this map.
I'm not stepping foot in this grove without every single buff that I can muster in one simultaneous time.
Okay, look, here's the thing. If level 2 Nivlak could literally just run away fast enough to get away from everyone, then, like, the level 10 full party is not going to have trouble. Like,
Well, how about that movement speed buff that Vernier can do? That's something.
Yeah.
So you can at least run away faster.
You guys have... Let's just see what happens. I really made a healer.
True. So at least you can stay alive, right? Like...
Well, if there's any chance of fighting, I gotta put the buffs on. If we really are gonna talk or run, then there's no need for it.
Yeah, it's talk or run.
I like it.
Cowardice is the way for us.
Okay. As you are on the path, I can bring you to this map. Okay, you're free to do as you see fit as you're following the path towards the grove.
Alright, I think I'll take point with Johnny in my arms, again, like Dr. Evil in that one movie.
Okay. As you guys are walking along, this is pretty much just hours and hours of walking. As the leaves sort of pick up and swirl around.
So, someone knows someone knows we're here.
This tree, right here, the bark distends slightly as if something was pushing out of it like a balloon. And stepping out.
Mage hand, push it back in.
I was about to say, and stepping out, so you just place your hand upon...
Hi! Been a while, huh?
1 sec. She's actually much smaller than she should be.
Oh, what the fuck? Really? Oh, neat sprite.
You've been eating your trees.
Let me give you her full art, because her full art's actually super cool.
She's automatically in mean mode.
Yes, I have her mean face and her not mean face sprite. I'll put it in the art tab of the Discord. Wow, that's actually too big for Discord.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Thank you, game. Okay, either way, I'll zoom in on her, because she's very, very cool. She looks at you, crossing her arms. She looks at the
Hi.
group, crossing her arms.
Remember me?
I do.
Yeah, I would think so. Hey, we came by to ask a couple of questions. Is that going to be alright? Or are you going to throw more hydras at us?
She just has her arms crossed.
Alright, that's non-hostile for now. So, we've been, it's been a while, as you may have noticed. And in our travels,
It has
we've,
been 1.5 cycles.
1.5, I'm not familiar with the, measurements, but I guess it would probably be less time to you, being a Fae. Anyway, we've noticed that pretty much every time we've gone up against someone powerful, there's been some sort of Fae element to them. Haruka seemed, Fae touched. There was the, I'm blanking. Guys, do you guys remember?
Yeah, the weird bears and army of animals that stormed our city.
Yeah, that thing, that happened. That seemed Fae. Really the whole deal with the mites.
Did you
We
not
were just
listen to
wondering
me?
if you had anything to do with that.
Did you not listen to me when I told you to leave?
Yeah.
I
Well, how
told
could
you.
you like the Slough people so much? Didn't you ask them to leave?
She looks at you sort of strangely. The Slough is run by those who respect nature. Unlike you. It seems you have
We
even
respect nature.
It seems you have even kicked the one person who cared about nature out of your party.
We didn't kick them out of the party. They died and got traumatized. It's not our fault.
What have we done to offend nature?
Yeah, we've been great at nature.
You have built your cities, you have chopped trees, you have created industry in my lands.
I thought we
told
had
you.
some ecological policies in place to, like, replace the trees we chopped. Didn't Gold Leaf make us do that?
That's not really the point. She's not
Yeah.
she's not like an
She's not critiquing our environmental
Yes,
policies.
yes, she's saying
She's
leave.
mad we exist.
But the Baron of the Slough has industry too. He's done all of these things and more. Why does he get a pass and we don't?
The Baron of the Slough is not in control anymore.
Oh? What does that mean?
I'm sure you will find out as you are heading that direction.
Oh, come on.
I have no need to spill things to you.
Of course you don't. But wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice of you to give us some information so that we could take down these nasty humans? They might be more respectful than us, but they're still people. As if we're taking out people, then that's good for you. Wouldn't you want to make that happen? Roll persuasion. Roll persuasion.
You are truly foolish.
No. Damn it, Tanky.
A grain of sand from every kingdom. Soon yours will be nothing but sand.
Yeah, I guess you have time on your side. Well, this has been unhelpful, but at least you haven't attacked us, and I really do appreciate that. So, if that's all, we'll be on our way.
My forces are moved elsewhere. I see no issue in attacking you now, but I also don't want to waste my strength when you could simply die of old age sooner.
Yep, that's the spirit. Anyway, nice to see you again. Hey.
Did someone else?
Yeah. Is there a way that we could become more peaceful with you? As in, is there something we could do that would help you engender a little bit more trust towards us?
Not really.
Simply throw yourselves upon your swords? Or leave this place entirely?
Yeah.
I have
beyond
given
that?
I have given your lord my ultimatum many years ago.
Oh shit! It was years ago at this point, wasn't it? I thought it was like months.
It was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
She wants
Uh,
a bunch of sand or something.
Yeah. Basically, the gist was that like, no, it's not gonna happen. Well, we thought we'd try again. You know, can't blame us for trying. See in another couple years, maybe.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. That's a good point. Go back to your weird treehouse. Bye.
Does anyone else want to say anything before she just walks away?
I like nature.
Is that your
I think
comment?
we're being unfairly treated in that nature is lovely.
She just looks at you strangely, like what you're saying is completely alien. Nature
Yeah,
is
look.
not love.
Nature has love sometimes, occasionally, as a treat.
A little of salami.
A little. Bernie Sanders lets cats have a little salami.
The guardian steps backwards and melts away into the tree, leaving only just a pile of leaves on the ground.
Okay, weirdo.
And that is it.
Well-
It's just quiet, except for the wind.
With that, I think that was unproductive. Let's head back to the Stolen Lands and start making our way to the Boggart Kingdom. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, whoever else wants to lead while Nivlak is in the bathroom. I assume Jura, because he's usually the guy who goes the map.
We're gonna go this way. Though we're not in a hurry. If we dawdle, she might summon a Hydra, and I kind of want to see that. I'm very worried about the radiation. We got warned by this boggard, and there's probably stuff that we can do to help ourselves travel through the area.
Yes, there are spells like protection from radiation and detect radiation. These are spells. However, I don't
Wizard
believe anyone in the
spells?
party can cast them.
I mean, depending on how dangerous it is, it might even be good to get, like, actual workers from our kingdom to create safe encampments in the area. You know, hire people that can control the radiation to some extent.
I mean, radiation... this is tricky, because... You can take a little radiation and have it not be permanent, right? I think that's how radiation works.
Yeah.
Like, it won't immediately start causing permanent problems. So, like, if... Well, we can't exactly detect how much radiation there is there?
You can detect it easily by how much skin comes off you.
Yeah. Oh, what's the radioactive... I guess it's radioactive still because there's still radioactive fallout around, right?
Yes.
So what's the fallout made out of?
You're not sure.
Because if it was
I don't believe
made out
Nivlak
of metal,
I don't believe Nivlak is a nuclear engineer.
Nivlak knows a lot of things. Could he roll engineering?
What would it be engineering? Would it be nature?
Radiation is a natural process.
What does everyone else think? What kind
I
of
like
role would
nature
this be?
'cause I am nature too.
I would think it would be engineering, just because while nature and while it is a natural process, unless the tech level of the society used nature as or knew about the nature of radiation, I would go with engineering.
Yeah. Also, Nivlak does, like, know about radiation, because, like, I know about radiation. So, that probably, like, otherwise he wouldn't even think to make the check. So I think engineering makes the most sense. Can I have my
Okay,
token?
yeah, give me an engineering then.
Can you give me my token?
Oh yeah, sorry. Boop.
All right. Give me a Chuck E. Cheese token. Skill check engineering. I love this feat.
Oh my god.
Architecture and engineering. Okay.
Oh my
I
god,
couldn't see it
Johnny's
for a second.
huge.
I got a 14.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Let's just go. I think it'll be fun. I don't feel like Tanky would be the sort. I don't think even Tanky would be like, yeah, you all get like acute radiation poisoning and die. The game's over.
I've had players get acute radiation poisoning because they just decided, let's go into the sick lands. Fun.
I mean, how sick are these lands? I mean, the boggart sounded pretty dire, but
We fought those weird troll-type things before that were super deformed.
Yeah,
Oh.
you guys fought those. No, they weren't trolls. They were cyclopses.
you know, Fort Drelev is on the very edge of the sick lands, and they're fine. They're humanoids, right?
Yep, Drelev is a human colony.
So, I mean, if they can live there, presumably for an extended period of time, and be fine, surely we can make like a one-day journey through the slough?
Well, if we go ahead and do what the Boggart told us to do, which is avoid anywhere that has this warmth and anywhere that
hums,
we could probably be a little bit safer. And on top of that, I could go ahead and keep things ready to heal, and I can go ahead and give myself for it looks like an hour per usage. I can give myself energy resistance to various things, and I don't know. Could I give myself energy resistance?
Yep, radiation is a type of energy.
So I could go ahead and take on the damage from you for you guys.
Like high level laser weapons would do radiation damage or fire damage.
It's a good point. The Boggart did give us advice about that, and there may be safe paths.
I think we'll be fine.
That would include Jura making survival checks to essentially go around these patches.
Is this one per hex or like
this is one per hour. And in the slow, you'll be moving at 2 hexes per hour. Because you'll be straight up, like, you'll almost be knee deep in water and marsh the entire time.
Not me, I walk on water.
Oh yeah, because you have the boots of the swamp that let you walk in swamps. Everyone else is just sloshing through while Jura is just like Jesusing.
I think I can do something similar for Jenna too.
Okay, start of the slow. Let's do this. So, 26, okay. 1 hour.
We gotta do our perceptions too. I'm gonna keep that up.
Every time I move you to 2 hexes, just do a survival check. Also, Jura, since you're the party member, you could, since you're the party navigator, you could actually move yourselves however you see fit.
Well, I want to avoid the water. We should cross as little as we can. So that's a crossing. Oh, this is a lot of survival checks.
Oh yeah, this place sucks. Like, this place is terrible. As you guys go through the slough, some of the first things you see along the edge of the slough, dragonflies about the size of dogs. Everything is huge here. And slightly mutated.
Is the oxygen content higher for some reason? That doesn't make any sense.
No, but breathing in this place, sometimes hurts.
Huh.
The first thing you see is there's not a lot of life that isn't insect or, like, bacterial. There's a lot of algae, though, just everywhere. Algae, moss, tree life. Although it's not like a swamp where you would see, like, very tall trees all over the place. At this point, Jura, you have traveled for 8 hours, and it is coming to sunset at this point along the river right here.
How long do you think to make it if we kept going to the Boggart camp?
7 more hours.
Because I do not want to camp out here in unknown radiation swamp. Then again, the Boggarts are not our friends, so that's not necessarily better. Damn it.
This place sucks. That's the first thing you immediately come to realize. Why would anyone live out here? You're not exactly sure.
I mean, I guess this is
This
like
place-
ancestral land.
This place is pretty much naturally impenetrable. It would be incredibly hard to move an army through here. At least one that's of decent size. Like, the one that attacked you guys may be easy, but like, an actual army of trained men, it'd be fucking nearly impossible to move through the slow.
So if we plant long enough in advance, we could send our army around the northern tip. Anyway, are we camping here?
It's about 7 p.m. The sun is just setting on the horizon, and the stars of the cradle are just coming into view.
I say that we proceed for another couple hours and then camp. My thoughts are that if we go far enough and camp, we won't be getting there at 7 o'clock or it won't take us as long to get there tomorrow, which means that we'll be a little bit better off.
Yeah, I think we should keep going.
Not necessarily push on forever, just push on for a little bit. Is there a way that I can go ahead and do another action for him? My
Yes.
survival is the exact same as his.
Yes, you could do an aid another check, and for every 5 that you get above 10, you get a +2.
All right, we're pushing. Oh, this feels so slow.
It's incredibly slow.
This-
It is now about 9 p.m. It's just dark now, and except for the Arala has no moon, so it is just starlight. It's pretty dark.
At this point, I'd want to stop if it's that dark, because I wouldn't want to accidentally walk into a hotspot and not be able to
And
figure out
along
a
the way,
out.
there have been hotspots, but you have been able to easily go around them because it's pretty obvious if you guys just start walking in a direction and suddenly everyone's kind of feeling kind of shitty. Although there have been points where you're like, are we feeling sick? Let's just keep going and see what happens, and then you're like, okay, let's turn around.
Yeah,
Alright.
this place sucks. Although, hey, actually, large bodies of water is actually a really good insulation from radiation. Why don't we swim? That would actually like shield us from a significant amount of radiation.
You cannot see in this water at all. It is just green and brown.
You can't at all.
No.
It's blue on the map, though.
It's blue on the map for artistic license.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm not interested in swimming in there.
There have been points where you have to stop and pull your pant legs up to pick leeches off of you. And these leeches are sometimes like the size of your fist.
I've been there.
You have?
Yeah, I have for weeks, every day. It was awful.
Yeah, he was in Vietnam.
Huh.
This was in Australia.
Okay, so I think it's time to call it and just have a rest.
Have a rest.
I mean, it sucks to be resting here, but like, I mean, we can't keep going. It's too dark.
So do we do like a group survival for setting up a camp? Choose some
Yep.
watches here.
How would you like to set up camp? Try to like find a dry spot? Are we gonna like tie yourselves to trees? How are you sleeping here?
There's not really any like, yeah. I mean, can I brilliant planner? I could pull out a tarp.
You could brilliant plan or pull at a tarp. That's entirely a thing you could do.
Would it help? Like, is the ground too soft for that to even work?
There are places where the ground is like horribly wet and gross that a tarp could help with.
All right, yeah. I mean,
Okay. Luckily, you expected you'd be going into Hook Tongue slow, and Nivlak reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out a big tarp. And some like tent spikes as well to keep it in place.
all right. So we've got a tent, and we've got those survival checks to set up camp. So we're good.
Yeah, and luckily,
Well, we're not good,
you
but-
begin to set up camp just as it starts to rain.
Oh boy.
And as it does rain, you see as it hits the ground, there is like a sizzle as the rain hits the
Okay,
ground.
another tarp that goes above us.
Second tarp. You guys create some sort of people sandwich with tarps.
Yeah.
As the tarp is holding out pretty decently against the acid rain.
Okay. I will be sleeping in my magical sleeping bag.
Oh yeah, you have that. Isn't it like a psionic sleeping bag that protects you from the elements?
Yes,
Psychic sleeping bag.
that's what everybody needs.
Yep, you get in the sleeping bag and suddenly you're dry and comfortable.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, can we like all fit into this magical sleeping bag? Does it resize?
Oh, absolutely not.
Nope, just enough room for one.
Maybe the cat at least.
I do not mind it if the cat decides to get in the sleeping bag with me.
Yeah, man, scoot over. That's me. Yeah, I talk. I'm not even a real cat, I'm a familiar.
That's okay.
Just gonna get in here.
But,
It feels like cuddling up to a ball sack.
Yeah, not being so mean to Johnny.
He's a hairless cat.
The crystal on top of the staff. I'm a familiar too. Does that count? And
Oh yeah, what
I will go
personality?
ahead and-
What personality is your familiar again?
the personality of my familiar is.
If you want to roleplay it, I can also roleplay it. If you don't want to.
Oh no, I'll gladly roleplay it if you
Okay,
don't
good.
mind. Because I love go ahead. Give me 2 seconds. It gives me auto hypnosis, so I got to figure out what that
I
personality is.
think it was like
so
stalwart or. It was either confident or stalwart or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking it up. For auto hypnosis, it is focused. Okay,
Focus.
so actually, so instead it would say, just suddenly, I'm a familiar as well. I'm a fragment of his personality.
Oh, that's creepy. I'm not a huge fan of that, to be real, but all right.
At which point it will grow 16 tiny legs and pull itself away from the staff and walk over and crawl underneath into the blanket as well.
Very
Oh.
fun and exciting.
Okay.
Spider. I'll bring you to the map. Oh yeah, there's a
Great.
map.
This sounds so cozy.
Okay, you find a small piece of dry land. You lay out your tarp. And are we setting watches or are we just going to bed?
I don't really think we're gonna have any problems, but well, I mean, maybe. Yeah. Could we get like Johnny to watch? He doesn't need to sleep, does he?
Nope. He just likes to be in the bag for warmth.
What about the crystal?
The crystal is willing to take one of the watches.
Does he need to sleep?
No, he does not need to sleep, but he wants to stay in the bag as well.
I guess that's fair. I wish I'd made a construct, I guess. I guess we'll just do regular watches. So, Tennille, Jura, Nivlak, the other one name. Sorry, what's your name again?
Varnier.
Vernier. Okay.
In the cat, in the Crystal, and Jenna, so we got 7 watches. It's at least shorter.
You guys could just take like an hour and a half watch each instead of the 2 or 3 hour. Because you have to sleep. You have to rest for at least 9 hours. 8 hours of sleep plus 1 hour to prepare spells.
How big are these boulders? This one and this one.
Like 5-6 feet wide, maybe like 4 feet tall. Enough for like half cover.
Let's move our tarps over against one of these, and I can stone shape a cave out for Jenna maybe.
That's good.
Johnny's also
Be a
here.
little less crowded under our tarp sandwich.
Okay. As you guys all settle down for, eventually the sound of rain puts you to sleep. Who's first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
Jenna
Jura?
can take second.
Not much happens on your watch. Okay. During Jenna's watch, you can play Jenna here.
Oh, it's a friend! Perhaps not.
The slurk turns back to Jenna and keeps croaking.
Slurk.
That's what it's called. It's a slurk.
The slurk.
She'll do her pantomime thing if it's trying to talk to her.
It is actually trying to communicate with her,
Yeah,
but she does not speak Boggard.
but she can pantomime.
Oh, the Boggard, the slurk is saying, "Hey, come, follow me, follow me."
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I gotta.
She wants Jura to come too, though.
Right here. I'm gonna need you to stop. Three tongues stick out of the bush and fly at Jenna.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you think you can eat her?
Really badly for you guys.
Two of the tongues miss, but one of them hits. This one in particular. Jenna cannot move more than 10 feet away from the Boggard and takes -2 AC, and is grappled by the Boggard.
That's quite the tongue.
I know, thank you. I think we're gonna roll initiative.
Really? I mean, Jenna can take care of these guys no problem, right? Like, this isn't even a question, I think.
Let me just reveal everything else.
Oh, well, maybe not then.
Always with the trolls.
Always the trolls. Okay. Is it still raining? Is it still raining fucking acid?
It is.
Great. This place sucks.
These trolls should have a different, these trolls, I forgot, these are just the basic troll art. These trolls should have a different art, because these are immune to acid.
Oh, yeah, okay. No big, just immune to acid. Why not?
So one of the tongues flies out, sticks to Jenna, and as Jenna pulls away, she realizes that she cannot move as long as the boggart's tongue is holding her. I'm going
The
to...
trolls are working with everyone. Does that truly have trolls? The trolls had trolls. The boggarts have trolls.
It's almost like it's a very, very common enemy type.
Give me 2 seconds. I have to hit the head, and my roommate just said he was going to take a bath, so I want to do it before he takes a bath.
Makes sense.
I know this is bad timing, but I just don't.
It's fine. Your character's asleep anyway.
Wait, are you leaving to go take a bath?
No, he's using the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, never
That is
mind.
where the bathroom
That's what
is.
hit the head means.
I guess. Anyway, I don't think initiative rolled properly because.
Oh no, you guys didn't roll initiative. You're not in combat yet.
Okay, I guess it's up to Jenna if that happens.
Well, Jenna has to wake you up before you can join combat.
And Jenna's a little bit indisposed at the moment.
One of the
She's
tongues.
slow. 7.
Rap, rap. And going to snap this. This slurk hops over 10 feet at a time. Oh, Jenna's not snapped. And the slurk, which is what it's actually called, it's his real name, is
That's
going
the
to
best.
activate its belly grease attack. The slurk will try to touch Jenna with its belly.
Don't like that.
But Jenna, even if she is stuck to the tongue, that is Tygo's to defend her. As the creature tries to rub its gross grease all over Jenna, she gets out of the way, although still stuck to the tongue.
So that gross grease could be radiation resistance.
Conceivably, yeah. Somehow, I don't know.
Boggart 1, 5 footsteps forward, and is going to hit Jenna with a Morning Star.
Bonk.
Bonk. It hits Jenna, but Jenna is kind of... she doesn't really care. Jenna, you're still stuck to the tongue, but it only gives you -2 AC, nothing else.
And which boggart is it with the tongue that actually hit?
Sorry, here, let me mark him. Can you see him now?
Yeah, boggart 3. So she'll take a 5-foot step. And how much noise do you think that a medium-sized velociraptor can make?
Probably a lot. It
A
can
lot of
screech.
noise. So we're gonna have maybe some screeching. This is highly unpleasant.
Jenna is being licked.
Some fairly dignified wailing.
I don't
And-
think you can wail dignifiedly. Nice try, but no.
Jenna is a lady. So no full attack
Jenna
against the
does like
grapple.
a 1950s movie girly scream.
She only gets 1 talons.
No, the grapple doesn't prevent full attacks.
Well, that's actually.
It just
quite
means that
helpful.
Jenna can't move more than 10 feet away from the boggart. And if she tries, the boggart will just move with her.
We are going
Ow.
to allocate these in such a way as to kill Boggart 3 in will the first
Okay.
talon do that?
The first
No,
talon
no,
will
that's
not.
enough.
The
Wait,
the
but the one
first
you-
claw will.
The 1d6 fire damage I gotta add. I'll just add that to everything in order. Doing this 5 times. Though I still don't think that's gonna kill him unless he's weak to fire, like a troll.
Nope. First attack doesn't kill, but you can kill this with the crit from the claw.
I'll
and
do
then,
that
Then do
with the crit.
the next 2 attacks on this dude.
And then I'll kill
You could kill 2 of them.
that guy. Well, and then is that it for hits, or is there one?
Yeah, that's it for hits.
Because I might want to turn something into a trip and get 2 attacks of opportunity that way.
You could attempt to trip the slurk.
So I'll use my least valuable attack, whatever it is here, to trip the slurk.
Jenna swings on fire, and these 2 boggards just go flying in different directions. Jenna just bites down on the tongue that's stuck to her and rips it out of his mouth.
She only gets a +4 to this trip, unfortunately for her.
If only Jenna was slightly smaller, she would be eaten. That actually does not trip, because it is on all 4s. It is harder to trip.
It was worth the try. And people get added to initiative now.
Yep, everyone gets added to initiative.
Except we're prone.
Okay, Boggard 2. He puffs up his, God, what is it called? When the frogs, like, have that throat thing.
Delightful?
No, but yes. He puffs up his throat bulge, and he croaks loud. Jenna needs to make a will save to avoid being shaken in fear. That passes. Jenna's not afraid. There's a loud croak. It's almost ear-piercing just how loud it is. But it definitely wakes everyone up. This Boggard takes his 30 feet of movement as one single hop. 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 Slurk 3. Hop over to Tennille. Tennille, he will attempt to rub his belly grease on you.
Gross.
It is gross. Touch. Tennille, you're now greasy. We'll figure out what that does when you try to do things. Jura, you awaken to the sound of Jenna shrieking, and then the sound of a very loud croak.
If I've got a 40-foot radius, how many things south here can I get? Can I get all of these dudes in an 80-foot circle?
That's how big it is.
But also, like, not us.
You can get, if you don't want to get the troll, you can get everything but, everything, from here down. All the slurks.
Tennille will be fine. This is low damage. Move it 1 up.
Okay.
This is only really useful because everything here is so low health. But it's going to be Stone Call. And it deals 2d6 to everything. No save. And then the whole area becomes difficult terrain.
So what does it do? Does it, like, shoot up stones out of the ground?
They come from the sky.
A bunch of rocks fall.
They come from the ground and then they go back to the ground, I guess. Because it has
One dies.
a 20-foot height, so it's not that bad, but still. It hits a bunch of things. And if this is below average, I'm gonna use my reroll for yesterday, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna try it again.
Please
This is the first time I've actually used the reroll.
Nice, good reroll.
Better than worse.
Tennille, you are pelted by a little bit of rocks.
I yell out, Jura Fireball!
The Slurk is going to avoid attacks of opportunity by hopping away. And then try to stick his tongue to Jenna. Jenna, you are now stuck with another tongue.
Wait, you said the Slurk
The
did
Slurk.
that?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, the Slurks and the Boggards can do that.
Slurkified will avoid difficult terrain by jumping 30 feet. And then jumping another 30 feet. That's his whole turn. Slurk 2 will jump 30 feet. And then jump another 30 feet. Fighting any frog's enemies are always... It's always such a, like, a toss-up of just how fast they move. Slurk 4 jumps 30 feet. Then jumps another 30 feet. Tennille, you are pelted by rocks and greasy now. Tennille's not having a great time. And you haven't even stood up yet.
Yes, I am going to stand up.
That will provoke from the Slurk.
Great.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Take this. Yeah. That actually doesn't do anything. The Slurk bites down on you, but it's a frog. And its only teeth are the giant tusks it has.
You're too greasy. Can't bite you.
Okay.
By the way, when you try to stand up, you need to make a reflex save or be greasily tripped.
Oh.
You're fine, Tennille. Luckily, your
I'm gonna
reflex save is actually pretty good.
I'm gonna attack Slurk 3 with my dueling sword.
Okay, you quick draw your sword and swing it forward to pierce the Slurk. Ow. It is not a full attack, so the second attack doesn't hit. But the first one does. Ow, fuck. Nivlak. There's rocks, Tennille is greasy, there's frogs everywhere.
Huh, this is a lot. Alright, the biggest concentration of enemies I think I can hit. Because the higher level spells are all like one Phantasmal Killer, Bone Setter. So, Fireball, like, here, I think?
And if you can hit one of us, then Varnir can redirect that damage.
Alright. Good to know. What's that look like? Ooh, that's
That would get you.
That's gonna include
If you move
Jenna.
that one square up, it'll hit everyone, including Jenna.
Yeah, move it one square up.
Okay.
Is that okay, Jura?
Because she won't actually keep the damage if it gets moved, right?
I don't
Yeah.
believe so.
But Varnir will take the damage.
No, anyone can take the damage.
Okay, well,
You could transfer it to
someone-
Johnny.
Someone is gonna eat like a full
Yo,
fireball.
I just realized that Johnny's basically just like a hit shield.
Wait, could we just redirect it onto Johnny?
You could.
Actually, at the moment, I can't do that because
Oh, you're
I
not
haven't
focused.
acted. And it's an immediate action for me to do, and I don't have an immediate action until my first action.
So if she took the damage now and then you got your turn, it would be too late.
Yeah.
Correct. Now that doesn't mean I can't heal her. I mean, there's lots of things I can do.
You could attack this troll and these 4 slurks with the fireball over here.
I mean, it's probably gonna kill a lot of slurks at once. That's gonna be really nice for the action economy. That's gonna make these turns take a lot less time.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean,
I think,
I literally can do 90 points of healing a turn.
yeah, I think Jenna should take one for the team here.
Okay, everyone. It's gonna roll a reflex.
So 10d6 plus 10. Burning infusion.
Only Jenna succeeds.
Ha!
And
Jenna has evasion?
evasion, yes.
Jenna backflips out of the fireball while everyone else explodes.
The giant is barely alive.
Ow.
Fireball seems occasionally useful.
On occasion, yeah.
On occasion.
Is that burning infusion?
Yeah, he did say it.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, this troll is on fire and begins screaming. And for that, this troll is in difficult terrain, so he has to spend double movement. That's his whole turn. And then he's going to do his rock throw. He reaches into a pouch at his side, picks out a rock, and chucks it at Jura.
It's only fair. I kind of did the same thing to him.
It's the same stats as a claw, so I'm just going to use the claw attack. Natural 20. Jura, a rock about the size of a football just domes you in the head. You take 21 damage. It's a pretty excellent throw if it wasn't right at your face. Varner, you wake up, a rock flies over your head, something explodes, you hear croaking.
I will sit up, look over around, notice the big troll, and say...
Right as you sit up, right next to you, Jura gets beamed by a rock.
I will say to the troll, join us.
Fucking creepy.
I told you this guy...
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good.
For some reason, I'm incredibly mentally strong.
Okay, well, that's...
That was actually a natural 20.
I will go ahead and pass after that. Oh, wait, no, because I was sleeping, I'm not meditated, so I will go ahead and take the move action to
meditate.
do sciatic. Yep.
Okay.
By the way, so that you know the rules for that, I have to get a 15 on an auto-hypnosis roll. My auto-hypnosis is a 17.
Yeah, I was about to say, and there's no natural 1 with skill rolls, so...
Correct,
you pass
so it
anyway,
doesn't
so
matter.
it doesn't matter, yeah. This boggard jumps 30 feet, and then sticks Jenna. This time Jenna's ready, and she ducks out of the way of the tongue, which is quickly retracted. Like a, what's it called? Like a tape measure. Jenna is not having the most amazing morning, or night.
Well, pretty much everything is dead at this point. I'm just gonna charge this troll before it throws a rock at me.
Okay. That will provoke at least 1 claw.
I accept this provocation.
Jenna looking like a snack, and therefore he will bite. Missing.
And then here are the fire damages.
Oh, he's dead. Just don't even... I was about to say, he's dead. Don't even roll.
14, that's right.
Ah, he stops existing.
did.
Slurk 6. Jump. Ooh, snack. Bite Johnny.
No!
Natural 1.
Good.
The Slurk tries to bite Johnny, but slips on his own belly grease. They're just so greasy, it's pretty gross. Slurk 3 is not having the most amazing time in the world with Tennille, and will therefore take his whole move action to hop away and cry. He's bailing, like, he's out. Jura.
Things that are alive. Yeah, there's a few.
You were just beamed by a rock. Man, that's gotta be the worst, like, wake up ever. Is just wake up and someone just chucks a rock at your face.
I don't really want to get into melee range here because I don't want to be in the middle of a fireball. And it's not like we're wasting spells because we haven't gotten them back for the
Yeah, I was
night.
about to say, no one's rested yet, and you guys are already at full spells.
I guess I'll just stone call it again. I'll move over here.
Stone Call here.
Yeah, just on this one boggard. I won't do that much.
Ow. A bunch of rocks fall on him. Slurk 5. Hop. Stick. Even in your, like, even though Nivlak is not very athletic, he still dodges the tongue.
Somehow. Actually, like, I temporarily take off the ring, and the tongue just kind of, like, shroop.
It's like he's like licking jello, and it doesn't like stick at all.
Just doesn't work.
Tennille.
I want to use my bow now, Sky Shot.
Nice.
And that's on the troll. Or, I guess, the first two are on the troll, and the last one will be on number 6 if it hits.
The troll is permanently deaf and goes flying into the distance. By the way, I love that bow, because it's like fucking, it's like a Gmod ragdoll. It's just flying. Nivlak.
Not a lot left. And they're all pretty you know what this is perfect for? Burning Arc. Burning Arc is perfect for this. I think. That's the one about...
I was about to say, don't even roll, because I think minimum damage kills them.
Well... Actually, no, I should do Scorching Ray. 346 plus 4 rays. Yeah, because there's 3 people I want to hit. I want to hit that one, and that one.
Okay, roll 3 ranged touch attacks.
Alright.
Okay, you summon the 3 rays and you shoot them out in different directions.
Ranged touch.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Alright, that all hits. Okay.
Yep, so roll 4d6 each plus 4. I think these guys are just gonna explode.
Pretty sure, yeah.
You ever had frog legs? It's like that. Yeah, they all just explode.
Instantly cooked.
The slurk is blasted, and when it hits the ground, it's on a plate with, like, parsley. And Varnir, unless you kill this slurk who's running away, combat's over.
Yeah, I'm going... He's well within my,
He's within collective range, yes.
Yeah, so let's see if he joins the collective.
He's not very smart. Even with the natural 20, he would fail.
Okay, he's not going to be able to get out of collective range before I get to start draining him.
Yes, and he has 1 hit point.
Oh, well, never mind. Anybody want a hit point?
Give it to Johnny.
Johnny doesn't need it. I was going to say Jura.
But
And
did
then
Johnny take a hit point of damage?
You've taken 21 hit points of damage.
Yeah, but Johnny's so small.
Johnny's at full health.
Okay, then I'll take it.
You could have his hit point of health.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way he can resist.
Well, at minimum damage, I do 14.
Yeah, so he's dead.
Yeah. I do 28 or 14 if they resist. And I get to give it to whoever I want.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 10 power points to... I know that this is... Well, no, actually I could do it a little bit different. What's the most amount of damage we have here? Jura, you're the only one hurt?
Yeah, Jura's the only one hurt.
Okay.
Tennille's hurt.
He's taken 21... Oh. Tennille's also hurt, but Tennille's just basically scratched.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's... give me 2 seconds while I do a quick bit of math.
Nice. Math. Arithmomancy.
Yes, it's my favorite.
I can arithmomancy, but only up to 10.
There actually is a feat called Arithmomancy where you have to, like, find the root number of spells, like, based on the letters in the spell's name, and it gives you a bonus if you do the math right.
And it's purely beneficial, but it takes so fucking long.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Sounds like a job for a macro.
I played the biggest nerd mage where I was like an arithmomancer, and I had like the one where like you have to find like the geometric root of the numbers, and like the one where you have to find like the square root of certain things, and I was just the biggest, most annoying nerd wizard. It was great. I was really overpowered, but everyone hated it. So it's not really that amazing.
Okay, so for 7 points, I can go ahead and heal 36 health. Split however I want among any number of our group. So I think that
you could do
that
20.
gives...
You could do 21 to Jura to get him to full, and then 15 to Tennille to top him off.
Yep. So that would go ahead and top everybody off, so that we can go back to bed. By the way, he has not gotten out of his sleeping bag this whole time.
He's just like, it's pretty fucked up for you to say for someone in mind-destroying distance.
Getting outside in the acid rain.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
The Slurk drops dead from some sort of apparent seizure, and Tennille and Jura, Jura, your head feels a lot better, and Tennille, the bruises on your wounds just seem to go away. And that is combat over. And also the session over. Because it's 10-11.
Alright. That was good. You know, I like the mass combat.
I didn't know how it was. I didn't I don't know what's called. I didn't know how it would be taken, but I hope you guys enjoyed it because it's usually a part of Pathfinder that a lot of people complain about. Mass combat rules.
No, I didn't mind at all. That was pretty fun.
It gets really bad when you have like 7 armies fighting, but like on tiny little skirmishes, it's not that bad.
Plus, there was like a non-mass combat boss fight. It wasn't
I know.
mass combat. I wanted to ask you before I forget. We picked up like an ungodly amount of gold. With Teskar last time Teskar was around.
Yep. If you want to get to me, what's it called? We can split that, and then we can spend. We can say that you bought things in that month of downtime if you want to buy things, or have Nivelak make them.
I have crafting request for Nivelak. And do we have to give Teskar a quarter of that?
No, he doesn't want the money. It was basically almost his fault that everyone died.
So we can split that, I guess, 3 ways. We hadn't met our 4th guy yet.
I hope you all had fun. And I hope, Varney, you had fun with your first session with us.
I did. I'm just sad that you guys didn't get hurt more.
Sure,
Thank-
you didn't get to really do all your cool overpowered stuff.
I know. The Vitalist is one of the few actual combat healers in Pathfinder that works. As in, I can out-heal damage most of the time. And make it so that it's useful because I'm not only am I out-healing damage, but I'm taking usually about half of the health that we do in healing away from the enemies.
Tennille,
Oh, really?
Tennille, you were quiet, but I hope you had fun too.
I'm dying.
I know you aren't feeling very good. I'm sorry. I just saw your message like 10 minutes before the game ended.
Oof.
Your your message is like, I'm not feeling very good. I probably should leave the game early. And I just never.
no.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I just never saw it. I'm very sorry.
It's okay.
Get some rest, Neil.
Yeah, get some rest, man.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
I
See you on Saturday.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for the great session, Tanky. It was good to
No problem.
meet you. Guardian.
It was kind of thrown together haphazardly because I hadn't really done a lot of the prep because I realized that all of my random encounter maps were deleted. So if you recognize this map, this is where you met the first troll that was like eating all those berries.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is that map, but it was like marshy kind of, so I thought it would work. I realized that all of my random encounter maps had been deleted, and now I need to make them again. Which includes the giant map I had, where I had like every enemy in the book plotted out and statted. So I need to now replot and stat all the enemies, which is just very fun. But
Yeah.
you guys got a little taste of Hook Tongue Slow, and it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. This is just a little taste. But random encounters, get ready for a lot of them.
Great.
it wasn't a small one either.
I mean, it was relatively weak.
But not small.
The only real issue is that Jenna got licked several times, and then Jura got beamed with a rock.
Well,
Anyway, Thanks so
good
much,
night, everybody.
See you guys next week.
See ya, Nivlak. See ya, Jura.
Take
Bye.
care. Tank, you go. There is one ability that I want you to be aware of that my character can do.
Sure.
It's a little bit on the cheesy
I was about
side.
to say I need to plan around your character now for combat to actually challenge you.
Yeah, my character. One of the more cheesy things I can do is if somebody is in my collective goes unconscious, I can transfer that unconscious to another player or to another person in my collective.
Okay.
So if I go ahead and get 2 enemies into my collective,
I was
and
more
we-
what's it called? I was more surprised that you brought everyone in everyone in the army back to life.
Actually, I was looking at that, and we probably should talk about that. Revivify is the first version of Res, which means that it has to be within the first minute, which is why I was talking about if they were within range of me, I would have stopped in the middle of combat. I didn't understand. We just blew by it.
Well,
I apologize.
yeah, that's fine. We can say that. I mean, you had tons of time. The battle took like 20 minutes.
Right, and if they were close enough to me, I would definitely have done it. And I had at the time I had the spell that allows me to go ahead and take anybody and give me an extra hour to it. But that's neither here nor there. I do have to catch them within the first minute to be able to.
It's all
res
good.
them.
I hope you had fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Vitalists are one of my favorite classes beyond a combat death god. They really make the party do better, which is where it becomes a lot of fun.
Nice. There's a lot of things that are out of context for you, but hopefully you'll get into the groove of the party soon.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
But you
That's,
seem like you seem like you mesh with the party well, and now do you understand what I mean about Nivlek being fourth wall breaking?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard for me to explain at first, but like...
Yeah, I kind of felt like that's what it would be, and based upon your description. So, you actually did a fairly good job of explaining it.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed, and you'll be joining us next Wednesday.
I will be, so we'll see you next
I was
Wednesday.
about to say, because the last guy who, he was here for one session, he said he loved it and enjoyed it, and then disappeared, and then the very next session, as an NPC, he was dominated by the boss and killed almost the entire party.
Yeah, I don't have that intent.
Okay, I will see you then next Wednesday.
Sounds good. I am probably going to, if it's okay with you, I'm going to be setting up. I did double check, and the globals work for me, so I can go ahead and I will have a full set of macros for all my powers and stuff like that, so that they're explained. And
what's it called? If you have some experience with that, you could help Jura as well. If Jura needs help with that as well. Because he wants to make some condition macros so he doesn't have to count all the buffs. Because it was becoming a very big problem, and it's always been a very big problem.
I can help with that without a problem.
Okay, cool.
So I will actually bug him throughout the week to get it all set up.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
See you, man.